Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the New River Network's coverage of high school football. A little new voice for high school games this week. Lucas Berry alongside Chris Rader. We're here at John P. Peters Stadium on a perfect night for football. Chris, I think we got a good one. Independence rolls in from Coal City, and last time they were here, they lost in what was a really good game. We think we got a good one, just as good as that one this time.
Yeah, I actually think that was probably the best game we broadcast last year. Oak Hill came out with the victory 27-26. And like you said, I think we're going to have a really good game tonight. These are two evenly matched teams, in my opinion. They both come in at 3-1. They both come in ranked highly within their respective classes. And they both have high playoff aspirations. So I think they're going to give each other their best shot. Yeah, I'm expecting a good one tonight, Lucas.
I am too. I was doing a little bit of research earlier, and the average score of this game is 18-13 Oak Hill. This is game 26. So I mean, historically, it's a pretty close game. So history tells us we're in for a good one.
No, I absolutely think we are. I don't know if you can't always take a lot looking at one common opponent. They both have played Nicholas County this year. Oak Hill came out with a 28-15 victory. Independence beat Nicholas County 41-14. You can take that for what you will. But I really do believe these are two evenly matched teams and two very motivated teams. And I guarantee you, Independence is going to come in with a little measure of revenge from last year. That was an excellent football game, but they were up 20-6, and Oak Hill came back, and Oak Hill didn't take the lead till about 6 minutes left in the game. They were able to hold on when they stopped Independence on a 4th and 1 down here in Oak Hill territory. So Independence was just a couple inches away from keeping that drive alive and possibly winning the game. So those kids remember that from last year, and I guarantee you they're coming in with a chip on their shoulder, not only for revenge, but it's huge points for them, too, if they can beat a AAA team.
They both have the benefit of having last week off. Oak Hill, of course, had a scheduled bye, and then due to weather, Independence's game against Bluefield was postponed / canceled, whatever word you want to use. They didn't play it. So Independence, they prepared for Bluefield as if they were going to play. So they didn't have 2 weeks to sit there and look at Oak Hill, but they didn't play last week. So they're really itching to get going, as is Oak Hill.
Yeah, and hopefully I was talking to the Independence radio guy. I think Independence is coming in here relatively healthy. My understanding is Oak Hill's coming in here relatively healthy as well. So, yeah, I think both teams should be raring to go. And I know they've been studying film on each other and studying each other's tendencies. But, they've played enough over the years. I think they kind of know what to expect anyway. It's just who can execute their game plan the best.
Speaking of Independence, they've taken the field. They'll be wearing white. They're basically wearing all white with a little bit of a pipe of blue down the side of the pants and some blue on the shoulder pads and some blue and red on top of the helmet. In that classic red, white, and blue Patriots.
Lucas, something that's going to add a little spice to tonight's matchup. If you followed Oak Hill last year, you remember there was a freshman named Isaiah Conley who got significant playing time last year for the Devils. He transferred over to Coal City during the offseason. He's the starting defensive end for Independence. That always adds a little extra spice when you're playing against your old teammates, and I'm sure that everything will be on the up and up, but I guarantee you there'll be some friendly trash talking between Isaiah Conley and some of his old teammates from Oak Hill tonight.
Oh, no doubt, and that makes it a heck of a lot more special. Absolutely. Oak Hill knows a thing or two about that. Their quarterback's a transfer from Woodrow, Devin Richardson.
Yeah, and Devin's had a really good year this year. He's made his presence felt. If you haven't tuned in yet, Devin's a dual threat kid. He can beat you with his arms or his legs. And he's been a huge add for Oak Hill this year, and he's really been a key component to that 3-1 start.
We're closing in on 2 minutes to go until the kickoff, and we're awaiting Oak Hill's entry into the field. Independence is taking their spot on that far sideline. We're waiting on Oak Hill, and you'll notice a thing or two different about the Red Devils tonight. They're wearing those National Guard camouflage uniforms, pain in the rear end for us, but fun for them. And I can see smoke down there near that tunnel. And there we have, looks like the captains are on the field.
Now I do think that the numerals are white this year, so that's going to help us out. That's going to help us out a little bit. Last year when they wore those camouflage with black numbers, it was doing nobody's eyes any favors, that's for sure. So that's going to help us out a little bit. We were all up here scrambling prior to the game because it's not the normal jersey numbers you've seen the first 4 games of the year. So you might see some kids making tackles, and you're like, I don't remember that number. It's just a special night for tonight, so we're scrambling up here too. So, be patient with us. And in fact, I'll tell you, Armani Hicks is number 0. He's typically number 5 for Oak Hill. He's going to be number 0 tonight. Number 1's Devin Richardson, 27 Tyler Ashmore, and number 4 J.D. Moritz. And those are their normal jerseys, but Armani's in a special jersey tonight.
So like I said, we're approaching kickoff. It's about 1:05 on that scoreboard out there behind the left side of our screen. And it's under a minute now. And it looks like the captains will be walking out to midfield and meet up Independence's captains. Coaching staff arrived on the field as well.
Well, this will be a little different Independence team than what we saw last year, Lucas. They're missing Trey Bowers, who's been their quarterback each of the last 3 years, and he's taking them on those deep playoff runs. They start a freshman tonight, number 16, Brock Green. It's unusual to have a freshman starting quarterback. He's 6'3", 228. That's not only a big quarterback, that's just a big freshman. That's a big kid. Now, last year, Independence ran Bowers a lot. I know the game we did, I think he had like 25 carries by himself. You won't see that tonight from Brock Green. He'll pull it occasionally on his own read, but for the most part, the running game's going to come from their running backs. So you'll see a lot of similar formations from Independence, maybe from last year, but the plays themselves will look a little bit differently. They don't let Brock run around as much as they did Trey Bowers.
And something else that's different, just for those who may not have watched Oak Hill, last year J.D. Moritz was the bell cow. He still is, but he's playing both ways, so you have to kind of watch his snaps a little bit. That opens up the door for a guy like Tyler Ashmore. James Green gets in there a time or two.
Well, that's been a story of the first 4 games. I don't think it's any secret at this point. Oak Hill's depth isn't what they would like it to be. And, yeah, you have a kid like J.D. who had the luxury last year just playing offense. He's playing offense and defense, so they have to rotate their backs in a little more liberally this year. They have to play a lot of kids 2 ways. That's not ideal, but that's the hand they were dealt this year. And so far they've dealt well with it. They're off to a strong 3-1 start. But I actually think tonight it might be a little bit different. I think one of the keys for Oak Hill tonight is going to try to get that passing game going a little bit. I don't know how well Oak Hill matches up front with Independence's line and their front 7. I think they might have a little edge over the Patriots outside on the edge. So if they can protect Devin, I think that might be a key to tonight's game, is give Devin a little bit of protection and let him find some receivers out in space a little bit and try to make some plays that way. Well,
it looks like that smoke is building, as is the anticipation. I see an American flag that's nearly hanging to the ground, guys. Don't let that thing touch the ground. No.
And again, this is our second game doing. We did the Princeton game here. I guess it's been 3 weeks ago now. If you haven't seen the stadium, beautiful turf, new goalpost. We have a new scoreboard. Scoreboard's a little smaller than it used to be.
A little bit.
But we'll get used to that. But,
new lighting, it looks really good at night.
New lighting looks fantastic. So, yeah, we're excited to bring you another game here from John P. Duda Stadium.
We should be awaiting the Red Devils entering the field right about now.
Lucas, I thought last year that this was a game that really boosted Oak Hill's confidence when Independence came here last year. And that's kind of a scheduling quirk, too. Independence coming here 2 years in a row. You don't see that too often. And I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that's just the way it worked out. But when they came here last year and Oak Hill was able to come away with a victory, I know for me personally, and I can't help but wonder for the players and coaching staff, is that when they got that Independence win, they're like, okay, we might have something here this year. This might be a little different team than we've had the last couple of years. And in my opinion, that win here was a really a key win in helping, propel them out to an 8-2 season and a playoff berth.
I got the same feeling as well, especially with Independence coming off the state championship at that point. You beat a state champion. Doesn't matter if it's a class below you or not. You beat a state champion, and you got him. And I thought that same thing, too. Half the publications I saw today said this game was in Coal City. And I knew for a fact it wasn't. And I went, it is a real scheduling quirk. You just don't see it.
Yeah, you don't see it. And I talked to Brad Compton a couple of weeks ago about that, and I don't understand exactly how or why that worked out. I think Independence only has 9 regular season games here this year anyway, that's unusual in itself. But for whatever reason, Independence in the back over here, we're not going to complain about it.
No.
We get to broadcast what we think is going to be a really good football game between these teams here again tonight.
Patriots have come out on the field. It looks like they're set to receive the opening kickoff, so Oak Hill will be kicking off to start the game. And we have a national anthem to get to before we get to any of that. So we'll pause to honor our country.
Tonight's colors are presented by the Fayette County Junior ROTC. Cadet Command Sergeant Major John Cole brings the national flag. Cadet Second Lieutenant Kylie Hernandez bearing the state flag. Cadet Private Jacob Carroll, lead rifle. Cadet Private Emily Ward, secondary rifle. We would also like to wish Cadet Command Sergeant Major John Cook good luck as he officially starts his process towards enlistment in the West Virginia Army National Guard.
For those of you who might be wondering why the band was not on the field for that, they're doing some work on the track. And as a result, they're kind of limiting people who are going on the track. And thus, the band has assumed their position in the bleachers. So that's why Independence came out on the field, and we got that at essentially the last minute.
That was the most unusual national anthem I've ever seen. I've never seen the players out on the field with their helmets off for the national anthem and the band in the stands. So, yeah, a little something
The great
different.
thing is we got it on video, so we can go back and like, hey, don't believe me, it happened, it happened.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get set to go. I knew we were missing something, just wasn't quite sure what. Like I said, Oak Hill kicking from right to left to right on your screen. Independence will be driving from right to left.
Oak Hill, the strategy at this point is to, well, as we get a stoppage in play, I think Oak Hill's going to just squib it the rest of the season, honestly. That seems to be their strategy. I don't think Coach Marion quite trusts their ability to cover kicks. They had some hiccups there in the first two games, so I'm expecting a squib. As we have some guys coming on, some guys coming off. I don't exactly know what happened. Tyler Ashmore running on late, Carson Treadway running on late. So I'm not sure what the miscommunication there was on Oak Hill's kickoff team.
Well, the way this game has started is an indication you're in for a real treat.
Yeah, it's unusual already, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
Now we're set to go. And the ball is in the air. It will be taken at about the 3-yard line. Throw it out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. They'll get the edge. And it'll be stuffed out at about the 25-yard line.
Now, as soon as I say they'll squib it, he kicks it down and fields it at the 5-yard line. But I love that, honestly, because you look at where Independence has taken over. We've seen Oak Hill give up some field position in previous games, so I'll definitely take Independence taking over inside their own 30 as opposed to the 40 or 45. So I like that strategy right there. And Oak Hill covered that kick, very well.
So now you get to see something that, as we touched on in the pregame, there's something you don't see a whole lot of, a freshman quarterback and a big kid at that. Brock Green, number 16, is a 6'3", 228 freshman. He'll command the Patriots.
Lucas are sending trips out to that left, and the safety Carson Treadway is going over there with him, so you got single coverage to the man on the right.
And we've already got a flag to begin the game.
So that was number 11, Landon Phelan, who's a tight end. He lined up in the slot, then he was running over there to kind of an H-back tight end position, and I don't know if
false start. Number 51 off. It's first down.
So that's Aiden Fitzpatrick. He's a freshman offensive lineman. He got called for the false start, and it puts Independence right out of the gate behind the sticks.
So 1st and 15 for the Patriots here. And still more whistles.
Oh, my goodness. Will we ever get this game going? What's this hold up? As we have Armani Hicks running off and Braden Hunt running on. So I don't know if it's an equipment issue or exactly what's going on here, but Braden Hunt is actually in man coverage over there on that single receiver to the right. So he's been thrown into the fire right here as Oak Hill showing a blitz.
And it's a handoff. They'll come to the near side. For minimal or no gain on that play, it'll be taken down by a whole host of Red Devils there.
So actually that was Z Lewis actually strung that out. They tried to get Silas Nelson out there on the edge, and Z Lewis did a nice job coming up from his defensive back position and just kept stringing that out. Now, last year, Lucas, Silas Nelson was their number 1 receiver. They have moved him into the backfield this year. He's their primary running back.
Bad snap. Got it out. Pass is caught.
Blunt Green actually, I think, he took that snap and actually caught it between his legs. He was fumbling with it, and it looked like he actually gathered it between his legs, and he had enough presence of mind to actually find his receiver, Landon Phelan, out there and get a positive gain out of it.
And we'll say that makes it, they're going to give him a pretty good spot. That'll make it 3rd down and 11 for the Patriots here to begin the game. Trips to the near side, single receiver out wide. Snap is back. Yeah, it's a pass once again. He'll look to throw. Pass is intercepted.
Touchdown.
The 10, the 5. Great field position for Oak Hill.
Great play by Carson Treadway from his free safety position. He was just reading Green's eyes. Green was looking to his left from the snap of the ball. I'm not sure who he was trying to get that to, because there was receivers in the area, but no one who had a chance to make a play on the ball at all. So big mistake from Independence. That puts Oak Hill in position here to score early.
Prime position for the Red Devils. They'll mark that ball at the 6-yard line, it looks like.
Oak Hill's going with that 2-back set, Lucas, with Ashmore and Moritz in here.
Devin Richardson calls the ball. He hands it off to J.D. Moritz. He'll gain the 5, maybe the 4.
Brought down there by defensive end Dylan Ritchie. He's a senior. Made a nice play right there. Didn't allow J.D. to get too much. Now, assistant coach Brad Compton was telling me Independence is aggressive on defense. They'll keep 7 in the box most of the time. They'll blitz their linebackers a lot. They'll shoot them through gaps to try to disrupt the offense and cause chaos in the backfield.
2nd down goal here for Oak Hill.
And they're staying with that 2-back look with Ashmore and Moritz here.
And we've got a flag down.
Okay. We get it, man. Nobody's moving. You can stop the whistles. Yeah, not sure what the call is. The officials are getting ready to confer down there, but I didn't see exactly what happened. Usually pre-snap like that, it's got to be on the offense most of the time. They're going to back Oak Hill up, so I'm guessing
Dead ball. Delay a game against the offense. 5 yards. 2nd down.
I hadn't seen the clock. I missed that. So delay a game. So that's a bad break for Oak Hill. Mark backs them up right at the 10-yard line now. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal for them. Let's see if that changes their strategy here any. Looks like they're going with the same formation, Lucas.
Exact same formation. Richardson has the ball. He'll hand it off to Moritz. He will try to find the edge. Flag is down. Moritz going to the end zone. He's in for the time being.
That's going to be a hold on the left tackle, Brandon Champion. That's why Moritz was able to get that edge. I think that's a good call. What happened right there in front of the official. Yeah, Brandon got his hands outside the framework of the body of the defensive end. I think that was Isaiah Conley. Just wouldn't let him go. That's why JD was able to get that edge over there.
So take the touchdown off the board and make it now 2nd and goal from about the 20.
Man, and Oak Hill's going backwards after they taken over at the 6-yard line. Now you got 2nd and goal from the 20. So Oak Hill not doing a great job of taking advantage of that big turnover.
And again, that same formation with the 2-back set, Moritz and Ashmore in the backfield. Snap is back. Richardson keeps it. Has the edge. He'll dive inside the 15, call it to about the 13-yard line.
Yes, that was definitely a designed run from the start. That's just a little QB sweep over there. They ran it to the short side with Devin. He was able to get some positive yardage, but Independence will give that up to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line here, though. So Tyler's going to check out. Looks like Oak Hill's probably going to go with their base set, which is that single back 4-receiver set here on 3rd and long. And Independence right now is playing with 2 safeties. They're keeping 2 safeties back.
Oak Hill is in that base set with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 way out wide. Richardson drops the throw. He's looking that way out wide, and that pass is going to be caught. Touchdown, Oak Hill. No flags down. This one appears to stand.
Just a great pitch and catch that time. I didn't see who caught that.
I didn't either.
I think that was Carson Treadway. Yeah, Carson Treadway they were in a 3-by-1 set, and Carson Treadway was the one over here on the short side to the left. And he really just ran a little fade pattern into the end zone. He was one-on-one out there with Christian Linksweiler, and that was a great throw by Devin Richardson. Put it right where he needed to be. Treadway was able to come down with it. And I mentioned in the pregame I thought Oak Hill might have a little edge out there on the outside. We saw that come to fruition there just now.
Extra point is up. Extra point is good. And Oak Hill, after backing themselves up a little bit, does end up finding the end zone. They have a 7-0 lead here with 9:51 to go in the first quarter. We'll step aside for a second. We'll be back after this. Welcome you back as the kickoff is about to happen. It has happened. It is on the ground. It will be taking a very good roll and will bounce into the end zone. So Independence took over at the 20. And Chris, we've talked about this so far, but it's very interesting, and we've had no people on the track except for the color guard. A national anthem that didn't have any band out there. And Oak Hill backed themselves up to 2nd and goal from the 20, yet somehow found the end zone.
Yeah, and how about a start for Carson? Carson Treadway's the one that caused the turnover. He got the interception, put him in business, and then he's the one that finished off the drive down here in the corner of the end zone. So Carson Treadway putting his fingerprints on the game early here for the Devils.
So we'll see if Independence can answer. They got backed up on their first possession of the ball game and ended up throwing the interception. So we'll see what happens here. It's a handoff. And Oak Hill's all over that. It'll be a 1-yard loss in the play.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who got that. I think that was James Green, who came over from his defensive tackle position. You know, James is undersized in there, but, man, he's great at shooting gaps. That's exactly what he did that time. He was able to shoot the gap in there and just drag Nelson down for a short loss. Nice play by the senior there.
2nd down, and actually they're going to say that's 2nd and 12. So 2nd down, 12 for Independence here. Thought about a pass, ends up throwing it, and that's a pretty good play. As that'll cross the 25, near the 30, near first down yardage for the Patriots.
Yeah, that was actually kind of dangerous. Brock Green, the freshman, kind of rolled out there. Looked like he was going to keep it, and then at the last minute just kind of flipped it out to his running back, Nelson, who seemed a little surprised by it, but he was able to gather it in with one hand and get positive yardage out of it. Nice athletic play by Silas Nelson.
And that puts it in a third and pretty manageable here for Independence to start off their second drive of the game. Green brings a man in motion. He takes the snap. It's another handoff. Trying to get to the edge. He does. It should be a first down for Independence. And
yeah, that was Carson Treadway on the tackle. They showed a little different formation that time. They kind of had they had Nelson in the backfield, but then they had two wings there. I haven't seen that formation yet. Brad Compton did tell me Independence will formation you to death. They don't show a lot of the same looks. They run a lot of plays out of a lot of different looks. That was the first time I'd seen that look with the two wings. And here's a different one, too. Twins out to the right, and then you have a tight end on the left here. That's a different look as well.
And again, it's a handoff to Nelson. He will get to the 39 before he's stuffed out of bounds.
Yeah, that doesn't look like much, but he actually got, a solid, 5 yards right there. And Independence will take that.
Oh, yeah. Stops the clock at 7:56 in the first quarter. From Independence's 39-yard line.
Now over here to the left, they're stacking the receivers here to get a free release.
They're stacking the receivers on both sides.
Yeah, both sides. So they're trying to get somebody a free release. That back man and that stack, they do that to get a free release off the line of scrimmage.
Green takes it. Handoff. Up the middle. 2-yard gain.
Not a lot. James Green, James Ludwig, among others in there on the stop that time. So nice job by the interior of the Oak Hill defensive line. What are we looking at, Lucas? 3rd and 3 here?
Looks like it to me.
Yeah. But that's a situation where Independence, they can run the football here. They probably feel comfortable they can get 3 yards. So their whole playbook's open to them here.
Another new formation.
Yeah, they're showing you a lot of different looks pre-snap.
Green rolls out, tries to find a man, bounces off a would-be tackler, throws it, and that pass is going to be batted down, I think.
Yeah, it was Carson Treadway again. Man, Carson is really off to a nice start from his safety position. He was able to come in and knock that ball down without getting pass interference called on him. So really nice job by the senior that time. So, yeah, 4th and 3. I'm thinking here, on their own side of the 50, this is probably punt time for Independence.
It's what it appears to be.
Looks like that's Micah Cuthbert back there to do the punting for the Patriots. And I think Antoine Hicks is going to go back deep to receive it for Oak Hill.
Punt is in the air. It's a pretty good one. And it will roll to about the 19 where it picked up by Antoine Hicks. He'll get it out to the... See what they mark him out at. Going to mark him out at the 25.
It's a nice job by the Oak Hill defense. Back-to-back stops here. Now this isn't, if you remember the Independence from 2 or 3 years ago, they don't have quite the playmakers that they had. There's no Judah Price. There's no, the Goodson brothers are gone. Of course, I mentioned in the pregame, Trey Bowers is gone. So they're still a really good football team, but they don't have quite the explosive skill position athletes that they've had the last 2 or 3 years.
So we'll see what Oak Hill can do here as Richardson in the backfield brings a man across the formation. Snap is back. It's a handoff once again. Diving. Has the 30.
That's a solid 6-yard gain from Tyler Ashmore there. Now, if you want to move the ball against Independence, you got to get number 8, Landon Riddle, blocked. He's an inside linebacker, really active kid. He was second-team All-State as a sophomore last year. That's hard to do. And he's kind of a tackle machine in the same vein, maybe like if you remember earlier in the year, Devin Nash was for Nicholas County. He gets a lot of tackles for the Patriots. So If you want to get your run game going, you got to find number 8 for Independence.
So we'll say this is about, let's say 2nd and 3. For Oak Hill. Richardson asks for the ball. He gets it, handoff once again, Ashmore. And that'll be for no gain, so it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Devils.
Yeah, not much that time. Nice job by number 56. That's Alan Dixon. He's a senior for the Patriots. Among a few others, he was able to get the stop. You see number 68, Alex Blankenship, in the interior of the line for Independence. I remember him from last year. He's a really good football player. They had trouble getting him blocked last year, and he's right in the interior of the line for the Patriots, too.
3rd down, and I would say a fairly short, not pretty short, fairly short 3 for the Devils here. 5:44 on a winding first quarter clock. Snap is back. Richardson has it the whole way. He'll try to bounce to the edge. And he's able to. We'll see what they mark him out at. Looks like it's going to have enough for the first down.
Yeah, I think he is going to have enough for the first down. You're right. I thought Independence actually had that bottled up. Dylan Ritchie, the defensive end out here to the short side, looks like he had a beat on Devin, but that's what Devin Richardson can give you. He's such an elusive player, really good athlete, and he was just able to somehow, even though Ritchie had leverage on him, he was able to still get outside of Ritchie that time.
2 to each side for Oak Hill, single back in the backfield. Once again, it's Tyler Ashmore. He will fake it as Richardson kept it, and he gained a pretty good chunk on that one.
Yeah, a little zone read that time, and I've said before, I don't ever know if that's a true read or if if that's called from the sidelines, but yeah, that time he pulled it out of Tyler Ashmore's belly, kept it himself, and yeah, you'll take that. You'll take that on first down. Solid 5 yards, put you in 2nd 5. You'll live with that all day.
Oh, yeah. Two to each side. We've got a stack on the near side, stack on both sides. Richardson hands it off. J.D. Moritz still trying to bounce at the edge. He will. Moritz has a first down near the 50.
Got another flag down though, Lucas.
Oh, yep.
That's twice J.D.'s bounced it outside, and we've had a flag, and I didn't see who was one. I don't know if that was one Brandon Champion to get or not, but you can't help but wonder.
Oh, we'll find out.
I'm actually wondering, Carson Treadway looked like he was pleading his case and he was lining up. No, that's a hold. I didn't get who that number was on.
I thought he said 24, but we don't have a 24 on the
I'm wondering
team.
if he said 74. That would be Jasper Newman, the guard. I don't know who else it would be other than him. But yeah, instead of a first down now, you're backed up, and what are you looking at, 2nd and 15 here, Lucas? Something?
Looks like, yeah.
2nd and 15. Because Independence is giving those Oak Hill receivers some cushion here.
Richardson drops the throw. He's being pressured. Rolls out to the near side. He'll take it himself and just step out of bounds, and got a little bit of contact out of bounds right in front of the Oak Hill coaches, who, of course, will want the flag, but they're not going to get one.
Good coverage down the field by the Patriots. Richardson didn't see anything he liked, tucked it, got what he could, which is probably the smartest thing to do. Live to play another day, and it's going to be 3rd and 9, though.
We'll point this out. If you haven't watched Oak Hill this year, Devon Marion, he likes to go. He'll go for it on 4th down and won't think twice about it.
He's been very aggressive all year going for it on 4th down. So, yeah, you're right. You might look at this and think Oak Hill's got to get it here. He might not be thinking that, though. We'll see what his decision-making is here after this play.
2 to each side for Oak Hill. Snap is back. Richardson looks to throw. He will throw, and that pass is just a tick short. And now it is decision time for Coach Marion.
Yeah, and that time Independence just dropped into a zone. And that time, actually, Dylan Ritchie actually dropped from his defensive end position, and he dropped into a zone too. And he actually kind of took away where Devin Richardson was looking. So I doubt Devin expected Dylan Ritchie to drop in pass coverage that time. Usually he's probably going to be rushing.
Coach, why are you going to make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about? Come on. I come up here screaming about how we always go for it, and then what happens? You punt.
Yeah, this would be very aggressive. I'm kind of glad to see we're punting here.
Me too. And the punt is away. It's a pretty good one. That's going to roll again and go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to mark it at the 30. Stop walking, dude. 34.
So, yeah, Independence didn't bring any pressure that time. that snap looked kind of shaky getting back there to J.D. Moritz. If I'm John Lilly and seeing that snap, I might be really aggressive the next time Oak Hill punts and see if I can maybe get one.
So we'll see what Independence wants to do here. They're down by 7, 4:22 to go in the first quarter, as the Patriots come out on the field. Trips on the short side of the field.
We got a tight end to the right, and I'm going to run behind that tight end over here on the edge.
And that's number 2, Brady Rose, and he's going to keep going to about the 50.
We might get an extra flag. Looks like maybe the Oak Hill player threw him down out of bounds. I'm not seeing anything, though. I think an Independence coach wanted it. I don't blame him. But a nice job that time. A little jet sweep that time for the Patriots, and he just kept stringing it out, but he finally found that edge. Was able to get a nice gain. That's Independence's best play of the game so far.
And it puts them at their own 44-yard line. This might be their best position on the field so far, if my memory is correct.
They got a bunch here tight to the left, and we'll run behind it. Nice job by Cade Compton coming in from his inside linebacker position. He stuffed that. Held Silas Nelson to a very short gain, about a 2-yard gain there. Nice job by the sophomore.
So that'll be 2nd down and 8 for Independence.
And I see what Brad was talking about. Independence shows you a lot of different looks, a lot of different formations.
2 to our near side, 1 out wide. Looks to throw. Fires. Pass is caught.
That's a really nice catch out there. Nice throw, but a really nice catch out there by Brady Rose.
Number 16, Brock Brady's pass. Completed to number 2, Brady Rose.
It's going to be an Independence first down. This is their first foray into Oak Hill territory. Yeah, that pass was a little low, little button hook, little out pattern out there on the sideline, and Rose did a nice job of catching that with his hands and going down and getting it. Nice job by the receiver that time.
He's been the guy so far on this drive. We'll see if that pattern continues here. Again, the Patriots in the bunch formation, moving a bunch of guys, and now they reset. Brady Green takes the snap. He hands it off. And Oak Hill's all over that.
J.D. Moritz is in on that. Looks like maybe Cade Compton, maybe Mikey Spike. J.D. Moritz was definitely in on that. Nice job that time by the Oak Hill defense, though.
Number 69, Derek Sullivan, also in on the tackle for the Red Devils.
So we'll say this is 2nd and 10.
I can see where Independence is hard to prepare for when they give you all these different looks. Now they're showing trips out to the right with the tight end over here to the left. A lot of pre-snap motion.
And that's another jet sweep. That's going to be a first down and then some. And that's number 13, Christian Linksweiler.
Yeah, they give you a lot of eye candy before the ball's even snapped with their formations and motion. So that's really tough for a defense to prepare for. And Brad had mentioned it to me last night when I talked to him. He said they're really hard to prepare for. They'll show you a lot of looks. And, man, I am seeing it already. And that's 2 times, though, that they've ran that jet sweep with different players, got nice chunks of yardage out of it.
And it's been to a different side each time.
But different players to a different side.
Right. Here's the snap. It's a handoff. That's our old friend, number 12, Silas Nelson.
Yeah, Mikey Spike was in on the tackle that time from his linebacker position. That's a pretty solid game, though, for Nelson. 5 yards there.
They'll call it 2nd and 4 here in the press box. That's what we'll go with. Here's the snap. It's a handoff in the middle. That was a huge hole. And Oak Hill finally brings him down. He'll be close to the line.
So I'll tell you what they did that time. We've seen them have success with that jet sweep. That time they brought the receiver in for the jet sweep, faked it, then handed it to the running back. So that's a really nice play call because they've had success with the jet sweep, and they show you that same action, and then they fake it and give it to the running back. So that's really good play calling by Independence.
And I will end up getting them a first down from the 20-yard line, dead even on the 20. Bunch of guys in tight to the formation. Man comes in motion, then motions back out. Then another handoff, this time to the near side. No, that was Nelson again. No, it was not. That was number 18, Cole Laxton.
Well, that was a nice job by Mikey Spike from his linebacker position, because it looked like they might have something going over there to the left, and Mikey was able to wrap him up and hang on and just keep it to a 2-yard gain. So nice job by the senior linebacker that time for Oak Hill.
Independence does not have to snap it before the quarter ends. We'll see if they do.
Independence doesn't strike me as a team that holds the ball.
They don't either.
They're aggressive.
No. They do indeed snap it. It's a bunch of trickeration out to the far side. And that'll get them near first down yardage. That was number 13 on the carry, Christian Linksweiler again.
Yeah, so they had a bunch set. They overloaded the right-hand side, and then they ran that reverse back to that heavy set to the right, got good yardage out of it with Linksweiler.
In the first quarter ends, the Patriots driving, trying to tie the Red Devils. We'll be back to see how this drive ends after this on the New River Network. And we have returned here on the New River Network. Lucas Berry, Chris Rader here with you, bringing you all the action. And Chris, the Independence Patriots are on the move. This is their best drive of the night so far.
Yeah, it really is their best drive of the night so far, and they're doing it by getting to the edge on some of these jet sweeps, but showing Oak Hill a lot of eye candy with different formations and motion, and this has been a really impressive drive. And Oak Hill's got a bow up down here. They got a 1st and 10 at the Oak Hill 16. And now they're showing, under center and I formation, a full house backfield. So
it's a quarterback keeper.
I said first down. That was actually 3rd and short. It might have been, they tried Brock Green up in the middle. He didn't get a lot. I don't know if he got that or not, actually.
It looks like he did. Based on where the based on what they're looking at, it looks like they're going to give it to him. First down, Independence.
Yeah, I apologize. I thought that was a first down, so it was 3rd and short, and they came out.
I kind of question that spot myself. I don't think he got it, but they're going to roll with it, and so will we.
Yes, that's going to be, just inside the 10. So it's going to be 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line now. They're going to stay with that same look. This is a tight formation, full house backfield behind Brock Green. He's under center this time.
Green will pitch. Is in the end zone. Touchdown, Independence.
Really impressive drive by Independence. Really impressive drive after being stopped the first 2. They looked really good that time. They weren't going to go away. They're a good football team.
Silas Nelson carries it in from 10 yards out, and the Patriots are an extra point away from tying the game. Kick is up, kick's on the way, and that kick is good. So, with 35 seconds gone in the second quarter, 11:25 remaining in the half, Independence has tied the game at 7. We'll take a quick break and be back on the River Network after this. We welcome you back here to John P. Duda Stadium. Independence game set to kick off from the near side. Z. Lewis is back deep for Oak Hill. We'll see what Independence wants to do here. And they're going to try to angle it away. That is touched, so it better be covered. And then it's going to be returned from the 10. Out from the 15 to about the 17-yard line. That could have gone very badly for Oak Hill.
Yeah, Zeke, after he bobbled, he did a nice job of back there getting on it and getting something out of it. That going back to that drive for Independence, most of their success was on the edge out there, which is kind of surprising to me. If you would have told me before the game they'd have more success on the edge than between the tackles, I don't know if I would have believed it, but they sure did that drive.
And now Oak Hill with the chance to respond here. We got about, 86 yards to go? No, 82. There we go. I'll get my math right sometime tonight, I promise.
Oak Hill showing the formation tight to the line of scrimmage right here.
Fake the Treadway handoff to J.D. Moritz. He'll pound forward for good first down yardage.
Yeah, that was a nice play. It was good to misdirection. Yeah, they brought Treadway in motion, and they showed their own jet sweep action that time. Pulled it out his belly and gave it to J.D. So that gave Independence some eye candy that time with misdirection. So nice call from Oak Hill that time.
Richardson scampers over to the sideline, gets the play, then comes back to tell his mates. Two receivers to each side. The tight end. Excuse me, with a running back, it's a handoff. They'll go up the middle. Looks like they're going to give him a first down based on the spot.
He's going to be really close. Independence, yeah, they are going to give him that first down. Independence, again, being really aggressive with their linebackers. Brought him on a blitz that time. J.D. was able to squeeze through there, though, and get a first down. And they're bringing their linebackers quite a bit. They're trying to shoot those gaps quite a bit. With Riddle and Landon Phelan back there.
Oak Hill again comes out in that same formation. Richardson takes a snap. He drops the throw. Being pressured. He'll scamper out. Try to find a man. Ends up tossing away downfield. That pass is going to be just out in front. Nearly a huge play for the Devils.
Yeah, he had Armani Hicks out there. A broken play, and Armani took off downfield and got us a couple steps behind his man. And Devin showed off his arm that time because he had to throw across his body. They were very close to connecting on that, though. Independence is doing a good job of spying Devin, though. When Devin's breaking contain outside the pocket, you have a linebacker who's mirroring him out there. So they're definitely being very cognizant of his running ability.
2nd down 10 for Oak Hill. Snap is back. It's a handoff. J.D. will charge ahead. He'll get about 5 yards on that play. We'll make it 3rd and 5 from the 35.
Landon Phelan again from his linebacker position in there on the tackle for Independence. But yeah, you're right. You have a 3rd and medium here. We'll see what Coach Marion has in mind here.
As Z. Lewis comes into the fold offensively.
Yeah, Z comes in. Looks like Antoine Hicks is checking out. And they're going to send trips out to that right side, and they got Carson Treadway down here by himself.
Snap is back. Pass all the way. Richardson, though, will tuck it and run. He's got a first down and then some. Devin Richardson across the 50, across the 45, down to the 42-yard line.
Lucas, you can't prepare for that. You can't coach against them. You just have to see that athleticism on the field and do the best you can with it. And that's what Devin Richardson can do. When the play breaks down and nothing's there, just tuck it and run. Big conversion for the Devils that time.
We have a timeout on the field taken by Independence, and we will actually stay right here, Chris, because I want to talk about what Oak Hill has done so far. We've seen Independence bounce back. Got a touchdown, right? Tied the game. This is the response you needed to see from Oak Hill, moving the ball. We don't know how this drive is going to end, but it's a good response from Oak Hill.
Well, yeah, just like I said, that was a big conversion there on 3rd and 5, and that's what Devin Richardson can give you that a lot of kids can't. He's such a good athlete, so tough to corral and space there. And Independence had it. They had good coverage down the field, but Devin's just able to tuck it and got like 18 yards out of that. And that's what he's just a really good athlete. And we've seen him do that several times this year for Oak Hill.
So as the two teams look like they might be ready to leave their huddles, referees are saying, "Come on, guys, let's get on with it." Independence is back on the field, and now Oak Hill is moving out towards the field. We're about to resume play. Looks like Carson Treadway will be the lone receiver to our side of the field.
Yeah, they're going with that two-back set. So they got Tyler at that H-back over here on the right, lined up behind James Ludwig. A lot of times they'll run behind him.
Ritz.
Yeah, there was nothing doing. Tyler came across the formation. They ran a little counter. JD showed counter action in the backfield, but Independence was all over that. Dylan Ritchie from his defensive end position actually stopped him for a short loss, it looks like.
Now make it 2nd down and 11 for Oak Hill. Ball rests on the Independence 43-yard line. Trips to the far side. Single receiver near side. One back in the backfield. Handoff once again. That's JD. Needs running with a purpose. He'll get it down to about the 35.
Yeah, he got about 4 or 5 yards after contact there. That was number 21 for Independence. Caden Bradbury finally drug him down, but he hit JD up high. He'll take you for a little ride. He did that time. So, again, you're looking at a 3rd and medium situation here, 3rd and about 4. Now, this is definitely 4-down territory. You're inside the 40. So, Coach Marion's definitely thinking he's got 2 plays to pick up these 4 yards.
We'll see what play number 1 is momentarily. It's a handoff once again. JD will be close to it.
And he made Landon Riddle miss in the backfield that time. Riddle came on a linebacker blitz. I think he's going to have a 1st down there. Yeah, they're moving the chains. That's going to be another 1st down. That was a lot of JD. That was a really good individual effort by JD Moritz, because Landon Riddle met him in the backfield. He was able to sidestep him, and then he put his shoulder down and got that last yard or so for the 1st down.
So Oak Hill driving just as Independence had possession prior. And they roll it now with 7:07 to go in the first half. As there's a pause in play, and I'm not quite sure what for. The play clock is still going.
The play clock's still ticking, so they're going to have to take a timeout here. There's no way they're going to get a play in at this point.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to burn their first time out of the half.
And indeed they will. So this time we'll actually take it with them. We'll be back after this on the New River Network. A 1st and 10 after a timeout for a mysterious reason. It's a drop back from Devin Richardson. He will be rushed out of the pocket, finds a way. He's backed behind the 50. And he'll just finally chuck that into the parking lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of excitement for an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
But again, nice job downfield by Independence. Devin Richardson couldn't find anybody, and honestly, other than the fade pattern into the end, we got a flag down. I wonder if we're going to have a crackback on Oak Hill, because when Richardson reversed his field.
Second out of 10 from the Patriots 32-yard line.
Yeah, this might be a crackback on Oak Hill. Richardson reversed his field and went back to his right. And when he did that, I think an Oak Hill lineman cracked back, which you can't do anymore. Oak Hill's coming up the line. The officials have to stop this, and they're going to. I think they're trying to decide where it happened and where to mark the ball at this point, though. Back in the day, you could do that, Lucas. You could crack back on the defensive player. Those days are over. It's a trickle down from the NFL. It's considered a safety issue.
I don't mean to age you, Chris, but how far back are we talking? And I don't know. It's an honest question.
Yeah, I mean, well, certainly back in the 90s and through the early 2000s, you could crack back. But yeah,
intentional grounding.
Excuse me, they actually called that intentional grounding. So I was wrong on that. I thought I saw a crackback, and where he threw the flag is about where I thought it happened. So that's what the discussion was about. So that's a huge call, because not only is that the yardage, it's loss of down. So, oh man, what a
turn of events.
What a
huge
mistake for Oak Hill to have that.
And that'll march them all the way back to their own 44.
And the line to make is the Independence 22.
Well.
So quick math tells me that's 2nd and 34. That's a long way to go. That's a huge penalty for Oak Hill, obviously.
6:32 to go in the half. They'll try to eat up some of this yardage, and J.D. Moritz, a good start. He'll cross the 50, get some of it back. He'll still be third in the country mile.
Yeah, I think that was actually Tyler Ashmore on the carry. And Isaiah Conley, the former Oak Hill player from last year, was able to get in on that tackle that time for Independence. But, yeah, so they crossed the 50, but you're still looking at 3rd and 27 here. Not a good position to be in for Oak Hill.
They'll spot that ball at the Independence 49-yard line. Three receivers, two on near side, one way out wide. Single back in the backfield with Devin Richardson. Richardson will call for the ball. He has it, drops the throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Chucks it downfield. Pass is broken up.
I got to tell you, man, I'm looking downfield, and he doesn't have anywhere to go with the ball right now. Independence has good coverage on these Oak Hill receivers. He has nowhere to go with the ball.
And I'm noticing, too, it feels like to me every time he drops back, Independence is getting pressure in the backfield immediately. It's a combination of both bad things for Oak Hill.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, they're sending their linebackers. They're blitzing more than 4 almost every pass play, so they're not only getting in his face, but then when you look downfield, there's really nowhere to go right now. Let's see if Independence tries to come after this punt after that last snap.
And they do not. The ball is in the air. It'll bounce at about the 20. And it takes an Oak Hill roll to about the 16-yard line. So could be worse. Could very much be worse for Oak Hill. So they'll take it. And Independence will take over at their own 16-yard line.
Well, they're going to have to make an adjustment on defense. Independence was able to get the edge on them several times that last drive. So Oak Hill's going to have to make an adjustment on defense and try to set that edge a little bit better this drive.
5:33 to go, opening half.
So they got 2 tight ends out here to the right, and they're sending 2 receivers out to the left. Now they're going to motion over, so they're overloading that left-hand side.
Snap is back. Handoff.
Nice play.
And a flag comes in very late.
James Green again was able to shoot the gap in there and make a tackle for a loss. Let's see what the flag is. that's going to be on Indy. I wonder if Oak Hill might just decline this since they had a TFL anyway. I think I probably would. Let's see. But that's 2 times we've seen James Green be able to shoot a gap in there. Again, he's an undersized defensive tackle, but make a nice play in the backfield. Yeah, he's declined that. That's what I would have done too with getting the tackle in the backfield. I would have declined it too and just kept it at 2nd and down.
So they'll say no gain on that play. No, they're going to. Okay, now they're going to move it back.
Yeah, he actually lost a couple yards.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he lost a couple on that.
Clock continues to wind. It's now close to 5 minutes to go in the half.
Now they're going to take a timeout. They were late getting their own play in. So that's their 2nd timeout. I think they just have 1 left.
I do believe you're right. We'll keep it right here as we've got 5:13 to go in the first half.
Well, we thought it would be a close game.
Yeah.
I mean, I said, prior to the game, these were 2 evenly matched teams, and I think we've seen that. Yeah, I think we'll see that as the game progresses too. I think this is going to be a nip and tuck game all the way down to the wire.
I have to agree with you. Like I said, it seems like it's the kind of game. I do a little bit of research for the game. The average score, if you go back and look at this, is 18-13 Oak Hill. I didn't think we'd get that. We might well get it. It might end up being a game that kind of falls in that same pattern.
Yeah.
And it's high school. We all know high school changes year to year, but just fun facts are fun facts for me. So we'll see if this thing ends up being. It should be a close game regardless. So we'll see what Independence can do here now. With only 1 timeout left in their half, that might be important later on.
No, Oak Hill's going to a cover 2 look right here. They have 2 safeties, Carson Palmer and Z Lewis. Z's scooting up to that line of scrimmage a little bit.
And it comes in motion. It is a
nice job.
Very nice job. Fooled me.
That was Tyler Ashmore again. So they faked that jet sweep that time. And they handed it to Silas Nelson. But, man, Tyler Ashmore was having none of that. Really nice job by the senior linebacker that time. But they're trying, where they've had success with that jet sweep, they're showing that same action. They're trying to get different plays off of that, show some misdirection. But Tyler Ashmore did a really nice job of sniffing that out.
Snap is back. Green looks to throw.
Fumble
on the play, and I think Oak Hill's they're gonna bounce around. Oak Hill has it. It's being returned only as far as about the 14-yard line. But huge play for the Devils here defensively. The second big defensive play in the game.
That was J.D. Moritz who caused the fumble. I didn't see who. Mikey Spike recovered it, which doesn't. Mikey Spike seems like he gets every fumble that's on the field, so I'm not surprised that he's the one that came up with it. But another huge turnover for Independence sets Oak Hill up inside their 15-yard line.
So a huge opportunity here for Oak Hill as the half begins to wind to a close.
So we have that 2-back set with J.D. and Tyler Ashmore right now, Lucas.
Snap is back. Handoff goes to Moritz. Dives forward to near the 10, we'll say about the 12.
Again, that was Dylan Ritchie in on the tackle. Ritchie's been really active here tonight for the Patriots. He's been on several tackles. Held J.D. to a short gain that time. Looks like Isaiah Conley might have been on that too as well for Independence. But just like the last time, Oak Hill's got to capitalize on this huge turnover. They've got to come away with points here. You got Mikey out here wide to the right by himself if you want to try him on a slant.
Richardson takes the snap. He'll keep it himself. Has the 10. The 5. To the end zone. Down at the 1.
Really nice job by Devin Richardson that time. Oh, they're
going to change it. Touchdown, Oak Hill.
They're going to say he was able to sneak inside that left pylon.
And they're going to talk about it. Yep, confirmed. Touchdown, Oak Hill.
Really great play that time by Devin Richardson, though. The fake into the interior. Again, using that athleticism, get out on the edge himself. Big play by the senior quarterback. And again, Oak Hill takes that turnover and turns it into points. And that's the difference in the game. Independence has made the 2 biggest mistakes of the game.
So with 3:33 to go in the first half, the extra point is up. It is good. And the scoreboard now reads 14-7, Oak Hill with the lead. We shall return for the end of the second half on the New River Network after this. And we have returned here with 3:33 to go in the first half on the New River Network. Oak Hill has taken a 14-7 lead on the second major Independence turnover of the game.
And I said it before, I want to give credit, though. J.D. Moritz calls the fumble. Mikey Spike came up with it. So a huge play by the Oak Hill defense that time, and it created points again for the Devils.
And we're ready to get things back underway. Ball is squibbed. We've got a flag down.
So it looks like they'll back him up 5, make him kick it again from the 35 here.
So that's offsides against Oak Hill on the kickoff. And as Chris said, they'll back it up to the 35. Now the ball is in the air. It's a pretty good kick. It'll be fielded at about the 19, taken out to the 20, 25, and 30. Not quite to the 35. Didn't quite see who that was in the return.
That was Brady Rose on the return that time for Independence. James Green went on the tackle on the kickoff. Green's had a nice game for Oak Hill. Already a couple tackles for loss, tackle on that kickoff right now. Nice game from the senior here.
It's a first down and 10 for the Patriots from their own 30, let's say 33. And bring a man in motion across the formation. Here's a handoff.
Once again, I mean, they get out on that edge that time and get, nice yardage. That's where Independence has been making their hay, is getting outside of Oak Hill. And again, that was Silas Nelson getting a solid, looks like 6-7 yards right there.
We're going to say second down 5. And we're going to say Independence comes to the line with 2:58 to go in the half.
Well, they got trips out to the short side. 2 tight end set here.
And comes in motion once again. Bobbled snap, ball's on the ground. And it looks like Independence will retain possession.
So they were trying that jet sweep, which has been very successful. That time, just a mishandled by Brady Rose, taking the ball from Brock Green, helped Oak Hill out. It's going to bring up a 3rd and medium now for Independence. But they might have had something cooking there again if Rose doesn't fumble that handoff.
It's 3rd down.
So here come the Patriots.
Oak Hill, Kate Compton was sneaking up there in that 8-gap, and he backed off. Low snap.
Looks to fire. Pass is caught near the 50, and that will be a first down for Independence. No question about that.
That was Dalton Atkins out there. Nice time that Brock Green, the freshman, showing his maturity He was poised. We both noticed that low snap, but he fielded it, didn't get flustered, found his man out there on a nice pass out there on the sideline. It's a big conversion for Independence.
And we have whistles. Can't quite figure out why. There is no 2-minute warning, guys. We're good.
So Armani Hicks is going to check out. Braden Hunt's going to check in for him. Hunt's lined up that far corner.
Snap is back. Fakes the handoff. Pumps. Crash out of the pocket.
That's got to be grounding.
And it's, at the moment, not going to be called.
I don't know how that's not grounding. That was James Green, again, doing just a great job of getting into that backfield. He's the one that made the initial contact on Brock Green. Yeah, they're going to throw it now. They had to. That was definitely grounding, so that's going to be penalty and a loss of yardage for Independence now. But, yeah, credit James Green that time for creating the pressure and forcing Brock Green to have that grounding call. Green's played a heck of a game here in the first half. And he's given up a lot of size there. He's an undersized interior lineman. Man,
no penalty. The ball was tipped. Second down.
Okay, the ball was tipped. That's a big break for Independence.
Huge break for Independence.
Big break for Independence. So instead of 3rd and long, they still have a 2nd and 10. Big break for Independence.
I didn't know a tip ball mattered on intentional grounding. Anyway, here's the snap. Again, he'll look to throw. Again, he's under pressure. That pass is caught. And that was number 3, Micah Cuthbert. He'll get out to near the 20.
And again, I'm going to give a lot of credit to Brock Green here. Do we have a flag? Looks like the officials are talking.
Yeah, I can't see the flag, but they are talking.
I don't see. Yeah, I see a flag. We might have holding back here. It's back here on the logo behind the 50. So I'm wondering.
Yep.
And that James Green again got great pressure that time. And I was going to get. Let's see what this call is. And I'm wondering if they're.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 4 on the defense.
They called that on J.D. Moritz. Well, I got to tell you, I missed that.
Me too.
If there was a roughing the passer, I missed it. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I didn't see it. So now Independence is really in business after the penalty. Tack that on to the end of a nice pass play. And again, Brock Green, the freshman, was under heavy pressure that time. Was able to shake it off and find his man. So nice job by the freshman. He's made 2 nice plays under pressure now.
And that looks like they'll make it not quite 1st and goal. Independence can get a 1st down without scoring. Line to gain is the 2. Your line to gain is that goal line. Here's the handoff. Cutting back to the near side that looked like Silas Nelson out there.
So Tyler Ashmore, Carson Treadway. I think Cade Compton was in on that as well. So again, they're testing that edge. That's where they've had their most success running the football tonight, is when they get out on the edge. So yeah, that puts them inside the 10, mark it at the 8. Where's the line to gain here? It's about the 3, so about a 2nd and 5.
3 or the 2, somewhere in there. Here's a handoff once again. It's Nelson. He's got the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Yeah, that's such a nicely designed play, too. They keep running those jet sweeps to the edge, and then you have to respect it because they're running it with, they're being very efficient, running it effectively. And then that time they fake that jet sweep, hand it to Nelson in the interior, and that's a really nicely designed play, and it's good play calling from Independence as well. It sets up that play nicely when you're having all that success on the edge.
And they take the extra point very quickly, but I think we've got some whistles before that actually happened. We'll see what ends up being called. I didn't see a flag, but Independence is walking off the field as if they think they're good. We'll see.
Before the kick, dead ball, encroachment, number 6 on the defense. That penalty will be declined. We'll replay the untimed down.
So encroachment against Oak Hill. Declined the penalty. Re-kick. And the kick is up. And it's still good. So Independence in 53.3 seconds has tied the game, heading towards the half.
That's a really nice answer drive from the Patriots. After another big turnover, Oak Hill retakes the lead. And for the second time this game, Independence marches right back down the field to tie the game back up. So they're showing a lot of resolve here.
They really are. And I don't want to sound like I'm comparing it to basketball because I'm not, but it almost reminded me of like a game of runs. Like, okay, you'll go on a little bit, and then we'll come right back.
Yeah.
It feels almost like that kind of game.
Well, when Oak Hills went up, Independence has had an answer. So I'm always impressed when teams are able to do that. When they lose momentum and they're able to go grab it right back, that's impressive to me. And, this is a team that in the last 3 or 4 years has been in a lot of big ball games. So, they're not going to fold their tents.
We talked about this. It's not the same Independence, but it's that same culture. It's a culture that's built up. They've been to the state championship game. This is not going to phase them.
That's a great point. Different team, but the same culture. And John Lilly's he's the one who's built that over there. He's done a great job over there in Coal City.
Antoine Hicks and Carson Treadway are back to receive this kick. We'll see if it goes to them. It doesn't. It will be fielded at about the 35, and it'll be a pretty good return given the circumstances for Oak Hill. They'll cross the 40, and they'll put themselves in business here with 49.2 seconds. And correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, they have
two timeouts. They have 2 timeouts. They have good field position here. So, they can definitely be aggressive here. Devon Marion can take a couple shots downfield. He's got 49 seconds to work with. He's got a couple of timeouts. So, I would definitely look for Oak Hill to be aggressive here. And you watch out for a quarterback draw because in this situation, a lot of times you're thinking pass, try to get the ball down the field. Marion's already shown he can pull it down and make plays with his feet, though.
That 2-back set we've seen so many times tonight. It's Richardson, Ashmore, and Moritz in the backfield. Richardson will take the snap. He'll drop the throw. Good protection, although he is flushed out of the pocket. He'll rush. He'll get the 45, the 50, the 45 again, and he'll get positive yardage. First down, Oak Hill.
Yeah, I thought he had a man out here on a little out route. He decided to pull it down and keep it, which is not a bad idea for Devin Richardson. Again, he's able to outrun the Independence defenders to the sideline, and then he steps out of bounds to stop the clock at that. So really nice play by the senior quarterback that time.
They'll spot it at the Independence 45-yard line. Richardson bobbles the snap, is rushed, got out of it somehow, manages to get to the 40, to the 35, 30. I don't know how he got out of that.
Well, that's what I was saying. You can't prepare for that. You can't prepare for his quickness and athleticism. You can look at it on film. You can try to have a spy. But until you get on the field and actually have to deal with it, it's totally different. And we're seeing Devin Richardson make huge plays with his legs here tonight. He looks like he's winded, too. He looks like he's worn out down there to me. They might have to take a timeout just to give Devin a blow here. They're not going to, though. But Devin was down there. It looked like he had his hands on his knees trying to catch his breath, so that's something to keep an eye on. But they probably hated to spend the timeout after he went out of bounds anyway.
29.8 seconds to go in the half. Ball's on the Independence 30-yard line. Richardson in that 2-back set for Oak Hill. Snap is back. He'll look to throw. He has a man. Carson Treadway's down there, and it was just about a yard or two out in front of him. Good thought, though.
That was really good coverage by Caden Bradbury down there, too, though. He was step for step with him, so Bradbury wasn't going to make that easy. Nice job that time by the junior. So we'll retry it from the exact same spot. 2nd and 10 from the 30. But again, Oak Hill's, they do have 2 timeouts. If they want to try to, sneak a draw here, run an in-breaking pattern over the middle, they've got 2 timeouts. They can stop the clock if they want to.
Snap is back. Richardson again looks to throw. And again, he's rushed out of the pocket, still looking to throw. Now he's trying to find some space. Back toward the 50, he's running a long way. Ends up getting the pass away. And he almost had what might have been the most incredible play I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, we had some extracurricular back here between former teammates. As Isaiah Conley and James Ludwig got tied up, they were exchanging pleasantries. Again, that's a lot of excitement for an incomplete pass. Devin Richardson trying to make something happen. He dropped back about 25 yards at one point. Devon Marion probably wishes he'd just go ahead and throw that away. And they're going to take a timeout. You probably need a timeout just to give Devin Richardson a blow.
Yeah. Well, you want excitement, this game's got it in spades. That's for sure.
And, man, I got to tell you, I've been watching as Oak Hill's running these pass plays. The receivers are going downfield. Independence looks like they're playing a cover 2. They have everything covered up. I mean, there's really nowhere for Devin Richardson to go with the ball right now. That's the reason he's having to run around and scramble and tuck it, because Independence is really covering up the route trees down there.
So we'll see what Oak Hill has cooked up here with 9 seconds remaining in the half. Ball is on the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you wonder if you just run 4 verticals and just throw it into the end zone and
see what
try
happens.
to get like a Hail Mary type situation.
Regardless of how the half ends, we invite you to stay with us not only for halftime, but the conclusion of the game. If the first half is any indication, you won't want to touch that dial, that's for sure. And that 2-back set again. Richardson will take it. Has time to throw, does, and that pass is going to be just a little far in front. Flag is thrown. Oak Hill crowd is cheering. We'll see which way this goes.
So he had Armani Hicks lined up there in the slot to the right. He was running a corner pattern. And it looks like they're going to call interference. I didn't see it. That was on the far side of the field. I didn't see interference if it occurred, but Oak Hill will take it. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. And now you're going to have 3 seconds left from the 15. And I think they're going to send the field goal team out there. So he's right in the middle of the field. Looks like Elisha Jones is going to walk out there. So I think Oak Hill's going to try a field goal here at the end of the half.
Pass interference, number 13 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, result, first down.
They're actually going to line that up on the right hash over there on the 15. So from there, it would be a 32-yard field goal for Jones. Let's see if he decides to keep. Is he going to stay with that or bring his offense out? I think Coach Marion might be changing his mind.
I think so.
I'm seeing Devin Richardson coming back out on the field. So he initially had brought his field goal team out there, and he's bringing them back out to talk about a little bit more. But I think he's going to maybe take a shot at the end zone here from 15 yards out as opposed to a 32-yard field goal try.
Barring a penalty, this should be the last play of the half. So we're going to get, in all likelihood, we're going to get a resolution as to how this thing's going to end.
I'm wondering if he was thinking field goal until he saw they marked on the right hash. If it was in the middle of the field, he may have.
That's what it appeared to me to be.
I'm wondering if that right hash is affecting what he thinks he should do here. But it looks like he is going to send his offense back out there now.
He is indeed.
All right, we'll see what happens here. This should be the last play of the first half. Last year, if you remember, Oak Hill scored on the last play of the first half with a touchdown pass to Hicks in the corner of the end zone.
And we've got a whistle here.
Why wouldn't we? And I believe they're going to make Devin Richardson come out because he didn't have his mouthpiece in. So that's a
new one for me.
That's an interesting decision. We're going to bring in. I didn't see that. Antoine Hicks is going to come in, the backup quarterback. So here we go. Antoine Hicks has a chance to be
the hero
a star here.
Hicks. Yeah, I think some of the crowd wanted a hit there on the head.
Yeah, so they just decided to take a knee after all that. Wait, they're actually going to kick a field goal. So here's what he did. So
that confirms your point.
Yeah, he didn't like it on the right hash. So he got Hicks, even though he only had 3 seconds to do it, to try to center it a little bit, which he did. He was able to center the ball just a little bit. So we're going to have a 32-yard field goal attempt here from Elisha Jones.
"36 yards.
36 yards, I apologize. Yeah, he lost a couple. Yeah, it's going to be a 36-yard attempt here for Elisha Jones. Now, to mine, I don't believe Elisha has tried a field goal this year.
I believe you're right.
So this is a big spot for your first field goal attempt. Tie game,
in
tight
the first
game.
half.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we'll see how this ends up going. 36-yarder. Snap is back. Ball is down. Kick is up. It's on the way. And that kick is no good.
Yeah, he just kicked a line drive under the crossbar. Couldn't quite get enough air under that. But, man, we got a good one like we said we would.
The half ends 14 apiece between the Independence Patriots and the Oak Hill Red Devils. We invite you to stay tuned for our halftime coverage and the second half after this on the New River Network.
Under the direction of drum major Ryan Johns, invite you to help us hunt the cryptids of Appalachia. Their show entitled Cryptic Appalachia takes you on a hunt to Bigfoot with the theme song from Mountain Monsters called Mountain Mantown. A hoedown searching for Fire Drill Monster with the song Foul Play, and the X-Files theme song as they search for an infamous Mothman. We hope you enjoy the hunt.
Trust me, because I am. He won't give me one. Hey, Mason, you can't get muscle. Big boy.
The Appalachian Mountains fighting from the Syrian bridges anywhere else in the United States. Now, the marching patriot band of hardcore trappers and hunters are out to identify these unexplained creatures once and for all. Watch us build our box traps and help us capture the hide-and-seek world champion, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, your face. Bigfoot, your face. Silence. Go man. Stop, rapper.
Legend has it that Evenington had to be wary of the passing time. He stayed out too late in the infamous fire code monster in the woods, ready to escape. Thunderstorms and moonshine-fills were a genuine sighting of the fearful cryptid. Residents still tremble at the name of the fire code monster.
The goat man's right there on the picture. The gill's little big. I'm going off.
Oh my God! This was hanging on Silver Bridge the morning of December 15th, 1967. Later that day, the bridge fell and brought death to 46 people in less than 20 seconds. Mothman blamed the integrity of Silver Bridge and its people of West Virginia folklore.
All right. Oh yeah. Drifting likes playing basketball. He's good at playing defense. That's the whole look at Oh, that's Oh, Juju? he's running like Mickey Mouse.
For the Oak Hill Red Devil marching band.
We welcome you back here to John Peters Stadium. We're at halftime, and Chris, I think it's a good idea to go back and kind of see how we got here. We'll take a look at each of the 4 touchdowns in this game. It is a 14-14 game between Oak Hill and Independence.
Yeah, this is set up after the first turnover, and this was on 3rd and 14, 3rd and goal. This is Richardson, just a nice little fade pattern to Carson Tripoli in the corner of the end zone, beat man coverage. Great throw, great catch that time from Oak Hill. Again, set up by the Carson Treadway interception.
Independence, of course, answered right back.
And this has been the story of the first half. Independence is making all their hay on the ground outside, and they did this play as well. A sweep to Silas Nelson here on the left-hand side, and he took it in from roughly 11 yards out that time to tie it back up for Independence.
And Independence, again, had another turnover deep in their own end, and Oak Hill took advantage.
Yeah, and this has been Oak Hill's best play has been Devin Richardson keeping the ball, whether it's on a broken play or a designed run. This was a designed run. And again, he was able to sneak just in that corner pylon and gave Oak Hill a 14-7 lead.
And then Independence got it back right before the half and tied it up.
This is a great answer drive, and again, this play is set up because all the success they're having on the edge. They faked that jet sweep, and then they were able to give it to Silas Nelson in the interior of their line. He took it in, and that's how we got to where we are right now, 14-14.
And because we had an important play, we talked about this a little bit at the end of the game, at the end of the half, how Oak Hill scored at the end of half in last year's game played on this field. And that's kind of, it didn't maybe look like it at the time, but it kind of gave them a little bit of confidence, got them back in the game. I kind of wonder if we may have a similar play going against Oak Hill now, and by that I mean the missed field goal. Independence looks like they're going to give up something. They don't. They run off the field with a ton of confidence, you could tell. I kind of want to see how that develops in the third quarter here.
Yeah, and you might be right. And the only way we'll know is to see that. But, yeah, you're right. That was a huge play last year when Oak Hill scored on the last play of the first half, and then the extra point tied it up at 20, and they had a chance to take a lead, and they just weren't able to convert that field goal. But Oak Hill's going to get the ball to start here in the second half, and we'll see if they can, put that behind them and, retake the lead. But this game has really been like what we talked about in the pregame. We thought it would be a back-and-forth game like it was last year, and it hasn't disappointed. And I've been really impressed with Independence. They've went down twice, and then they come right back down the field with good answer drives. And honestly, Oak Hill isn't moving the ball great. Their best plays have been off broken plays when Devin Richardson is just keeping it and making something out of nothing. But Independence has had two nice long scoring drives. Both of Oak Hill's scoring drives have been very short, coming off after two big Independence turnovers.
And to your point, we mentioned this a little bit in the first half. Independence is playing great on the back end, but they're also coming after Devin Richardson. They're making him get out and have those busted plays. They're getting that pressure, and they're playing really good defense.
No, they absolutely are. And I've been watching it when Oak Hill's trying to throw the ball. I'm trying to watch the routes develop. Independence, for the most part, from what I can tell, I'm not Tony Romo up here. It looks like to me they're playing a cover two. They're playing a zone, and they've really got Oak Hill's route trees covered up, though. When Oak Hill's going down the field, there's really nowhere for Devin Richardson to go with the ball, and that's why we're seeing Devin scramble so much out there and just try to get out on the edge and make some plays with his legs, because when he's dropping back, you are not seeing open Oak Hill receivers down the field.
You're really not, and we're about set to get going here as the clock has been set to 12 minutes. Now, they usually, if you watch high school football, you usually see a 20-minute half with about 3 minutes tacked on. They haven't done that quite yet, so it looks like we're going to just have a captain from each side meeting. It'll be J.D. Moritz for Oak Hill, and let me get an Independence roster out here, put it down for halftime. That looks like that's number 2, Brady Roast, who's made a couple big plays. He was really involved in that, we'll call it the jet sweep drive, for lack of a better term, Independence's first scoring drive of the evening so far. Yeah,
he's had some nice runs for Independence. And, that jet sweep with different receivers. They don't just run it with Rose, they run it with Linksweiler, and that's worked really well for Independence. I want to see, Oak Hill's pocket passing game just hasn't been there. We haven't seen Oak Hill try a screen. Maybe they get their screen game going here a little bit in the second half, because I can tell you the pocket passing game, Independence is on that right now. They really are.
Looks like we're getting set to go. Oak Hill's coming on the field as if we are.
And Oak Hill, when they're trying to run the ball, it's been really inconsistent. They haven't had any really one big outside of Richardson's broken play runs. That's been Oak Hill's best gains on the ground, is Richardson on broken plays. But as far as getting the running backs going, they've been kind of quiet for the most part here in the first half.
So we'll see how the second half transpires here on the River Network. Reminder, myself, Lucas Berry, Chris Rader here with me, Darren McGuffin behind the controls, and cameraman extraordinaire, Mr. Albert Pauley, directly below me. The second half of what appears is what is setting up to be a very interesting football game is underway. I feel that about the 14-yard line, take it out to the 20, 25, to about the 30, down to near the 35, so good field position for Oak Hill to start out.
That was a nifty little return that time. I think it was that Z or Amani? I couldn't tell. I think that was Z Lewis on the return at time. That's about a 21-yard return. We're going to take over from solid field position here on their own 35 here on that right hash. And again, we'll see what they were able to get cooked up here at halftime. Because, like I said, Oak Hill's offense has been a little disjointed outside of, Devin Richardson on a lot of broken plays, actually.
One thing we've kind of noticed throughout Devon's tenure as head coach, he's really good at halftime adjustments.
He has been. I agree with that.
3 receivers to our near side, 1 to the far side to start the half. Snap is back. Here's a screen, as we mentioned. And that was number 6, Antoine Hicks, on the reception.
Well, I like the idea. That was Landon Phelan, who came over from his linebacker position. But I do like the idea of trying to do that because the pocket passing game has not been there. It has not been there. So I like coming out and trying to throw a little screen. But to Independence's credit, they did a nice job of defending that.
It does gain 1 yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Red Devils here.
But I'll tell you what you can do. You can at least play off of that. So maybe next time you show that same action, maybe run a pump and go or something. So just because the play's unsuccessful doesn't mean you can't come back to it and build off of it with another play.
Man comes in motion across the formation. Snap is back to Richardson. Fakes it. Gets it out to Hicks. He will be brought down finally. I think it was a face mask there. Doesn't look like there's a flag down, but I'm with you. That definitely looked like there was one.
Oak Hill wanted a face mask. So that time they did something different. They brought Hicks in motion across the formation and ran a little screen to him out here on the left. He was able to get, 4 or 5 yards right there. But again, they're showing that shorter passing game, which I like. They can use that and set it up for something different later. So I like the adjustment here by Coach Marion. But Independence did another nice job of keeping it to a relatively short game.
They're down 5 from the 40 for Oak Hill. Trips in a bunch out to the far side.
And Independence has both their safeties back again. But they're bringing their blitz.
Handoff. Moritz is going to get close to first down yardage, but not quite. And then setting up a 4th and 2. And, well, we've seen Devon go for it for a lot longer in a lot worse position.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he does here with the tie ball game. And he's keeping his offense. No, maybe he's not. Okay. No, I think he is keeping his offense on the field.
Yeah.
So he's rolling the dice here. 4th and 2 at your own 43-yard line. This is really rolling the dice in the tie ball game here early in the second half. You got to really trust your offense. I'll tell you what we might see, though, here. Look for them change the snap count. Mm-hmm. They've been really effective. They did that really well against Princeton. Let's see if they can get Independence to jump, maybe.
Richardson calls for the ball, hands it off. No, he keeps it. He's got a first down near the 50. Fooling me.
So they rolled the dice that time, and they really came up big that time. Devin Richardson, again, faked it to Moritz in the interior, kept it around left edge, and he's able to pick it up. So Devon Marion's a gambling man. I've said before, if he played poker, he'd push all his chips into the center of the table a lot. He does not coach scared. You can't say that.
No.
There's that 2-back set.
No, it's only 1, and it's a keep by Richardson. He will scamper out of bounds, gain about 2 on that, so make it 2nd down 8.
Yeah, so they had Tyler Ashburn at that H-back set, and again, they ran the same thing. They pulled Tyler across the formation like they were going to hand it to J.D., but then Richardson kept it. And again, nice job by Independence. Landon Riddle really came in there and hit J.D. He thought J.D. had it. So we're going to see Jasper Newman, a guard, check out. And number 51, Jeremy Lewis, is going to check in for him at that guard position as Newman looks like he's a little shaken up.
2nd down 8 for the Devils. They're going to,
So again, there's that 2-back set with Tyler here at that H-back here on the left-hand side.
Snap is back. Richardson rolls out. Tries to get the edge. And he will get a yard, if anything.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him. He kind of stutter-stepped and tried to juke a couple guys. I would have liked to have seen him just take that to the outside, get as much as he can out of it. He danced a little too much for my liking that time. A nice job by the Patriots. That's going to put Oak Hill in the 3rd and long situation.
They're going to give him about a loss of a yard. So that'll make it 3rd down and 9. Ball marked right on the 50-yard line.
So Ashmore's going to check out. They're going to go to their 4-receiver set here as Z. Lewis checks back in for the Devils. It looks like they're going a 2-by-2 set here, Lucas.
They are indeed. Richardson takes the snap, drops the throw, has time, fires, downfield. Pass is incomplete. I think Carson Treadway may have wanted the flag. He's not going to get it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good coverage. And Carson, I mean, that's a great pass by Devin Richardson. He put it right on his hands. Carson's capable of catching that. He couldn't quite haul that in. It was good coverage down there by number 21 for Independence. That was Bradbury again. Just a terrific throw, but Treadway couldn't haul it in. I did think that Devin had his slot receiver here on the left-hand side. They ran a little square out underneath that vertical from Carson. I thought he had him, but he could have checked it down right at the sticks, maybe got a first down, but he decided to go deep with it.
Punt is up. It is in the air. It will take a Independence bounce out to about the 25, and that's where the Patriots will begin their first drive of the second half.
So that's a nice start for Independence. You know, they get the stop here on defense, even though Oak Hill picked up a 4th down here in their own territory. Independence was still able to bow up and get them to punt, and they're going to try to take their first lead of the ball game here.
Late 16 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Patriots will indeed be attempting to take their first lead of this contest. We've seen the Patriots be able to move the ball quite well on this Red Devil defense so far, so we'll see if Oak Hill can find a way to get a stop right here. A little bit of a low snap. It is a handoff. That'll go to number 12, and I'll remember this one day, Silas Nelson, as a flag comes down behind the play.
Well, that time they tried to get that edge, and Oak Hill set the edge better. And I think we're going to have a flag behind the play. Now, that lost maybe half a yard. We'll see what Coach Marion wants to do, if he's going to put them in a 2nd and roughly 10 or make that maybe a 1st and 20 situation.
Oh, number 64.
Yeah, he's decided to back him up this time. And that's going to make it a 1st and 20 from the 15. But a better job that time for Oak Hill setting that edge and not letting Nelson get out there. Now they're stocking the receivers here right now. Oak Hill's got 2 safeties back.
Low snap again. And the handoff.
Really nice job from the interior of that line. Derek Sullivan, I see him getting off the pile. I think he might have made first contact there. Cade Compton might have been in on that. James Ludwig, nice job by the interior of the Oak Hill line.
I don't know if they're trying to set something up, Chris, but I'm thinking when they've stacked the receivers, they've not thrown out of that formation yet tonight. It's always been a run.
Yeah, and they may be trying to. Usually when you stock your receivers, you're trying to get that back receiver a free release off the line, but you're right. When they've had that formation, they've just ran the ball.
Move 3 receivers to our near side. Snap it's a catch, and it'll be taken down for a big loss. Fumble. The ball is in the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Hill.
Yes, that is you're right. They're going to have a catch and fumble. Tyler Ashmore caused the fumble. James Green jumped on it, and another huge turnover that the Devils take advantage of.
Good job, Ashmore.
Great job by the Oak Hill defense. Tyler Ashmore was all over that little out pattern that time, and he's the one that actually caused that fumble. And James Green, who's had a terrific game himself from his defensive tackle spot, was able to hop on it. So nice job by the Oak Hill defense that time. Big play.
I thought I saw the referees converging. I thought I saw a flag come in, but I don't think I did. Looks like there's one in the D and Red Devils down there, but we're not complaining.
Yeah, it does look like there's a flag, but I guess if there's anything, they haven't signaled or called anything. John Lilly's, I'm wondering if John Lilly, he's ever talking to the ref, I'm wondering if John Lilly was trying to make a case that the ball was never caught. It looked like to me it was a catch and fumble.
Yeah.
In real time, I thought it was.
Saw the play with the touchdown. After the play, got an unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3.
So that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Carson Treadway. I'm guessing they're going to enforce that on the kickoff. The refs might cut out. So that's unfortunate because that's going to back Oak Hill up to the 25 to kick. It's going to give Independence good field position when they get the ball back here.
Extra point is up. Extra point is good. So with 7:14 to go in the third quarter, Oak Hill has a 21-14 lead on the Independence Patriots. We shall return on River Network right after this. We welcome you back to John P. Duda Stadium. The Oak Hill Red Devils have a 21-14 lead, but following an unsportsmanlike conduct, this ball will be kicked off from the 25-yard line. It is on the ground, rather, will be fielded at the 27 or so, taken out across the 40. Independence, though, with good field position. And Chris, we've seen it in this game so far. It seems like Independence either drives the ball down the field and scores, or they kick themselves in the foot and it goes for an Oak Hill touchdown.
No, that's really kind of in the story of the game. It's either a turnover or a really nice drive by Independence. And, Oak Hill really hasn't put together a long scoring drive. All of Oak Hill's drives have been shorter, and that time that was a defensive touchdown. Now, what Independence has been really good at so far is every time that they kick themselves in the foot, they come right back down and tie it up. So let's see if they have an answer drive here in them this time.
They're going to spot that ball at the Independence 41-yard line. Handoff to Nelson. He'll get the edge. And he'll get about, let's say, 2 or 3 yards on that one. Make it second down and 7.
But again, it looks like Oak Hill's adjusted that a little bit. So that was Antoine Hicks who came up, and he was able to keep that to a minimal gain. So that was just a 3-yard gain. We were seeing in the first half those going for 6, 7, 8, 10-yard gains for Independence. So Oak Hill will live with a 3-yard gain on that sweep over there.
We'll say it's second down and 7. Ball spotted on the Independence 44-yard line.
With overloading that right side now.
Bad snap. Ball is on the ground and it's covered by Green.
We've seen a few of those too. We've seen a few low snaps, and Green's done a nice job of being able to go down and get it and make something out of the play. That time he wasn't, though. And that's a big play that hurts Independence, that low snap that time. That puts them behind the sticks here, looking at about a 3rd and 11 here.
I'll also make a point. Brock Green is a freshman. To have that kind of awareness just to fall on the ball and find it and then fall on it, that's impressive for a freshman.
Yeah, he plays with poise beyond that of a freshman. He sure does. I agree. So bunch set out here to the left.
Snap is back. It's a hand pass, and they got Green in the backfield. Got him back at the 30.
That was Mikey Spike. They blitzed him from his linebacker position that time. And again, I spoke in the opening, Green's not a scrambler. Trey Bowers was. Trey Bowers was somebody who might be able to get away from that. That's not Green's forte. So when he takes off out of the pocket, Mikey Spike was able to run him down. Big stop for Oak Hill.
And now the Devils take over in prime position now it's 4th down. Okay, I thought that was a 4th down stop. Either way, it's a punt, and Oak Hill will have it at about the 26, 27-yard line. With 5:58 to go here, 5:38 rather to go in the third quarter.
So Oak Hill's going to try to get the lead out to 2 scores. They haven't been able to do that. It's been a 1-score game the whole way. Obviously, Oak Hill would love to put together a long drive here and get a little breathing room and make this a 2-score, make this a 2-possession game now. And it looks like Owen Gross is checking in. I think Mikey Spike was cramping up. He came out. So Owen Gross is going to check in at one of those receiver spots for Oak Hill.
That's number 22 on your camo uniform program. Richardson takes the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. And that'll be a good 3-yard gain on that play. 2nd down, 7.
Yeah, Independence has done a nice job. That was Landon Riddle, among others, in on the tackle. Independence has done a pretty nice job against Oak Hill's ground game tonight, especially with designed handoffs to the running backs.
Snap is back. It's a quick little out. And we'll get a gain about 2 yards. I didn't think it did, but it's a positive gain, and it makes it 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, so Oak Hill is trying to get their screen game going here as Z's going to check out and Antoine Hicks is going to check in. They have been trying to do something different this half and get that screen game going. Now, to Independence's credit, they've been able to set on it and not really let Oak Hill get any big plays out of that yet.
So Oak Hill now splits 2 to each side. Single setback with Richardson in that backfield. Richardson will take the snap. Rolls out. Backs up. Puts a pass that's just going to find turf. I didn't see anyone in the general vicinity, but flag has stayed in the officials' pockets for now.
So that's a big stop for Independence. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 5. I can't imagine Oak Hill's going for it down here, so that's going to send J.D. Moritz back to punt it. So Independence, looked like they were maybe losing a little momentum. They were able to get it right back with the 3 and out there. Nice job by the Patriots. As Mikey Spike kind of half limps out there. It looks like he's still fighting off some type of cramp or leg injury. But he's going to come out there, and he's the long snapper here.
Snap is back.
They came after
in the
that
air.
one.
They came after that one, and it's going to be fielded. Someone wanted a block in the back on that one. And that was number 21, Kalen Bradbury on the return.
Yeah, one of the Oak Hill coaches up here was really wanting a block in the back. He didn't get a flag, so Bradbury had a nice return. You did see I've been wondering when they were going to come after a punt because the snaps don't have a lot of zip to them, and then JD's been deliberate trying to get it off. Independence a little more aggressive coming after that time, and moving forward, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep doing that.
I thought they did a good job of getting it out quick, though.
He did. He recognized that they were rushing harder, and he did. He got it out quick.
Independence in Oak Hill territory as they hand the ball off. Once again, that goes to...
That's Nelson
again.
Nothing doing, though. Nice job in the interior of that line, and I'm trying to see who's getting... Again, I think that's Mikey Spike from his linebacker position. There were some others in on that too, but I saw Mikey as the last guy to get up. So no gain on the play that time for Independence. Nice job by the Oak Hill defense that time.
2nd down and 10.5 for Independence. They'll move 2 players across the formation. Handoff once again. Going to Nelson. Nelson cuts up. And you'll get a few yards there and make it 3rd down, and I'm going to say 7.
But again, the guy that blew that up was James Green. And James Green has lived in Independence's backfield tonight. The kid's done a really nice job from that defensive tackle position. And again, I've mentioned this several times. He's given up a lot of size. He's not a big guy. He goes about 5'8", 165, but he's super quick, and he can be really disruptive when he shoots those gaps, and he's done a great job of doing that tonight.
2:44 to go on a rolling 3rd quarter clock. Independence trying to tie this game up at 21. Snap is back. Brock Green pumps downfield. He's got a man wide open. That pass is going to be broken up.
Really nice job out there. That was Armani Hicks. No, he got beat initially. They ran a little pump and go that time with Linksweiler, and Linksweiler was able to get behind Armani Hicks, but the ball was underthrown just enough to give Hicks time to catch up, and he was able to bat that pass down. So nice job by Armani Hicks that time.
And it'll force the Patriots to punt. Snap is back. Punts away. It's diving. And it'll go out of bounds at about the 18-yard line, 17-yard line, rather. So that's where Oak Hill will take over with 2:30 to go in the third quarter. We'll be right back after this on the New River Network.
Devils will take possession. First down and 10.
Apologies for setting up a break that didn't happen, but sometimes you got to wet your whistle every now and again if you're up here calling a game. It's not easy. Oak Hill sets up, ready to try to increase their lead to 2 scores once again. Richardson takes the snap, fakes a screen. Now is being flushed out. He's back in near the end zone. And he'll keep it himself. Now he gets across the 20 to the 25, still on his feet, and now goes back to about the 21.
You will never.
Gets down.
You will never see a more exciting 4-yard gain than you just saw.
Well, it might not be a 4-yard gain. There's a
And
flag
it might not
back at
be.
like the 2.
So they did what I'd mentioned, that they were trying to set up a pump and go off that screen. But I gotta really give credit to Independence. Their secondary's done a really nice job tonight, and they have really sat on everything Oak Hill's tried to do in the pass game. So that's a 5-yard gain, though, and that's Devin Richardson making something out of nothing again.
Well, no penalty. Fooled us. And here is the handoff. It's diving forward for about a yard.
And that was Landon Riddle, who blitzed from his linebacker position, made a nice play that time to stop that play before he had a chance to get it started. Independence does that a lot. Their linebackers are really active, and they'll bring them up in those gaps and try to create chaos in the backfield like they did that time.
Independence players motioning to their crowd to get into it. They can sense how big a play this is in this game. It's 3rd down and 5 for Oak Hill. Ball rests on the 23-yard line, 22-yard line. Snap is back. Richardson will keep it. He will be short.
Nice job by Isaiah Conley, former Oak Hill Red Devil last year. We've seen Richardson a couple times, pull that ball and be able to get out to the edge, but that time Isaiah Conley was able to stay with him and tackle him before he was able to get to the line to gain. So that's going to bring up 4th and 1. And again, it's looking like Coach Marion's thinking about going for it here. 4th and 1 at your own 25.
He doesn't have to snap it if he doesn't want to. He can sit there
he
and
can
think
about it. That's true. And he'll probably do that.
Certainly appears as if that's going to be the plan. And indeed it will. So the 4th quarter will begin with a massive decision for Delon Marion. We invite you to come back with us, and we'll see what his decision is and see how this game ends. You're watching Oak Hill High School football on the New River Network. Stay with us, everyone. Welcome back to John P. Duda Stadium here on the Newerville Network. Lucas Berry, Chris Rader here with you. Chris, it is decision time for Devon Marion in what is appearing to be a very critical juncture in this football game.
Well, he's actually, I believe, Devin Richardson, if I'm seeing that right, is lined up here to the far right as a split in, and it looks like J.D. Moritz. You got Moritz, Tyler Ashmore, Mikey Spike back there in the backfield. So this is an interesting formation.
They're going to go for it, and J.D. Moritz will not get there as Independence is all over that and gets the stop.
Yeah. Yeah, and that play never had a chance. I got to tell you, if you're going to run to the outside, I've just seen do it with Devin Richardson more so than your 220-pound running back, J.D. Moritz. That play never had a chance.
I honestly thought with J.D. back there, since he's been punting, I thought they were setting up for like a pooch punt.
Yeah, I kind of thought they might be too. They put Richardson out here at wide receiver, and I thought that maybe they were just going to try to trick Independence and not have a return man back and just punt it and hope the ball bounces. But they actually went for it, and that's a huge call and a huge play for Independence. Puts them in business here.
So now Brock Green and this Independence Patriots team have the ball at about the 20-yard line, with a chance to go down and tie the game at 21. The freshman takes the snap. He will hand it off. That's number 13 for Independence. That's Christian Linksweiler.
Nice job, Oak Hill. And they've really done a better job of taking away that edge of Independence this half. It looks like Armani Hicks was in there on the stop, but Independence was really making their hay in the first half, getting to the edge, and Oak Hill hasn't allowed them to do that here in the second half. Nice adjustment by the Oak Hill coaching staff.
So big play here for Independence. Second down, 10 from the 22. That play doesn't look like it gained much of anything. Here's a low snap once again. Green takes it. He passes. That pass is going to be incomplete.
A lot of traffic over there on the short side that time. He was looking for number 4, Dalton Atkins, but he couldn't quite haul it in. Now, again, this is going to be 4-down territory for Independence. They got 2 plays to pick this up. So let's see what John Lilly wants to do here.
It's third down.
But the Oak Hill defense has done a really nice job here in the second. And they've got Oak Hill's only points.
On a fumble recovery in the end zone. Snap is back. Green looks. Has to flush out of the pocket. Does, and that pass is a little overcooked.
Yeah, that was his fastball. Yeah, he was trying to fit it in a tight window there. So Oak Hill's defense, which was put in a terrible position after that 4th down decision, has answered the bell so far. They got to answer it one more time here on 4th down. But I think Independence is going to try a field goal here, so they're going to bring on Cuthbert. This is going to be a 39-yard attempt for Micah Cuthbert.
Snap is back. Ball is down. Kick is up. It's on the way. And that kick is no good. So we've seen 2 missed field goals at this end. And it stays a 21-14 game.
Can't say enough about the Oak Hill defense right there. I mean, the Independence took over at the 22-yard line, and they came away with no points. That's just fantastic D by Oak Hill. Great job by the Devils. And they played a heck of a second half here.
Yes, they have. And now it's time for the offense to see what they can do. And
because Independence's defense, to their credits, played really well on the second. This has been a defensive struggle here in the second half. Both defenses have stepped up.
It really has. Only 7 points in the half, and it was on a fumble. Devin Richardson is in the backfield. He takes the snap. It's a handoff. That was Moritz. He gets across the 20 to about the 22, maybe?
And JD just pushes the pile forward like he does. You know, if you were going to go for it with JD down, I would have rather seen something like that, just something right up the middle than trying to get him on the edge. He's got good speed for a kid his size, but he's not a burner. He got solid yardage that time up the middle. Sets up a 2nd and 6. And Oak Hill's being very deliberate here.
15 seconds on a play clock.
Devin Richardson was in no hurry to get from the huddle from the sideline that time. Independence showing blitz. Here they come.
And Oak Hill's going to run it against that blitz. And again, they're going to get minimal yardage, if that. That's something else. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Oak Hill's not really had that breakout run that we're so used to seeing in the last few years.
No, they really haven't. Independence has done a really nice job of bottling up that running game other than Devin Richardson. When the play breaks down, he's been able to make some nice plays with his legs. But on design runs, Independence has really kind of been all over those. And they've been, Independence's defense, I think, has played really, really well. And they have to be really down that they're down 21-14 here. Because I think Oak Hill's longest scoring drive has been like 20 yards.
Yeah.
Something along those lines anyway.
If you look at a box score, it should not have this score. So we got some flags in the field.
I think Derek Sullivan might have got a little jumpy that time. Both teams are kind of pointing at each other. We'll see what the refs say. Oh, they're going to say Independence was offsides.
So a first down for Oak Hill by way of penalty.
Yeah, that's a big call against Independence. They didn't like it. They thought that Derek Sullivan jumped. And watching it in real time, I kind of thought he jumped too, but I guess it was kind of hard to tell.
Well, you know what they say, a tie goes to the offense. As Richardson rolls out. The flag is down.
Yeah, that's coming back. That's going to be, he blocked below his waist. That's going to be on Z. Lewis out there as he took out Landon Riddle. So that's coming back. That's probably going to, I think that's a 15-yarder actually. That's a personal foul. You can't crack back and block below the waist, and he did both. Yeah, that's probably going to put him back at the 15, I believe.
Personal foul. Blindside block. Number 8 on the offense. Half his distance. First down.
That's going to bring up first and a mile here for the Devils.
Penalty pushes the Red Devil back 15 yards. It's now first down 25.
The referee says roll that clock, and as much as you don't like to see a penalty, it is still first down, so you've still got a chance to kill a little more clock in this game.
Yeah. They got a bunch set out here to the left right now, and they got
some window dressing for ended up being a handoff to Moritz. I don't think he got anything.
Yeah, you're right. There was a lot of window dressing. They showed motion, gave him a little eye candy, but it was just JD off tackle and didn't get much. As Independence again, the interior of that line doing a nice job. In fact, I actually think he might have lost a yard on that. For Oak Hill here, Lucas, you just want to be careful. You don't want to turn over down here in your own territory. You just want to be careful. The worst that comes out of this is you get to punt it. You'll live with that with the way your defense has been playing this half.
Absolutely. 3 to our near side, 1 man way out wide. Snap is back. Handoff. And again, nothing doing.
Again, has Landon Riddle from his linebacker position. And Independence is being very aggressive with those linebackers, blitzing them up in those gaps. And Riddle's made a couple nice plays here in the second half. And honestly, I'd do maybe a little screen, maybe a QB draw with Devin Richardson. I'd just do something really safe here and try to get as much as I could and punt the ball and trust my defense.
As would I. They've given me every reason to trust them so far. They've played a heck of a game. Snap is back. Little screen out wide. And that'll get a few yards of that back.
That's about all you can hope for right there. I don't mind that. It gets a few yards.
stays in bounds and the clock keeps running. It's down to 7:03 to go in the game.
But again, you got to have a good snap and a good punt here. And I'm betting Independence comes after this. So you really need a good snap back there to J.D. Moritz, and he's got to get the ball out. Because I think Independence is going to be really aggressive coming after this punt. I would be really aggressive coming after this punt.
They've got 2 guys back, so we'll see what happens. They are not going to be aggressive, but the ball gets away. And he cuts up, and Independence will take over at the 10.
Just a disaster. Yeah, just a disaster. And that's really... Oak Hill's punt game has not looked good for a lot. The snaps are just not getting back there. The snaps haven't been very good for a lot of the year, and then they're just low and they're hard to handle, and now you put Independence first and goal at the 10. And I was going to say in the pregame, when you have 2 evenly matched teams, what Oak Hill didn't need anything spectacular to happen on special teams, but I was going to say they didn't need anything like that, and that's exactly what they just had, a disaster. So the defense has to step up here again. That's Oak Hill's really first big mistake of the game. Full house backfield. Here's that sweep.
Oh, there it is.
Bad snap, and it's taken down in the backfield. So a good start for Oak Hill defensively.
Well, that was the same play they got a touchdown on in the first half. You know, you saw, Antoine Hicks come up strong from his safety position that time, but Independence is lucky that wasn't a turnover. As Nelson was able to get back on the ball, but a big loss, about a 3-yard loss that time for Independence.
Whistles on the field.
So again, I don't know if this was another equipment issue, but Luke Endicott's going to check in for Antoine Hicks. I'm thinking that's an equipment issue. We saw that in the first half with Devin Richardson.
Here is the handoff. Taken down in the backfield once again. That was Dalton Atkins taken down from Independence.
That was Mikey Spike in on the tackle that time. Great play from his linebacker position. And, man, the edge that was there for Independence in the first half has absolutely been shut down here by Oak Hill in the second half. So whatever they did in the locker room, whatever they talked about, they made a really nice adjustment because those sweeps have not been there in the second half for Independence.
Huge play in this game coming up right here. 3rd down and goal from the 15.
Oak Hill's got both safeties back.
Snap is back. Green drops the throw. Pass is incomplete.
He wanted Cuthbert over the middle, but he was getting pressure too. He let it go, I think, maybe a little before he wanted to. So let's see what they want to do. I'm guessing 5 minutes left here down by touchdown. They have to go for it. Let's see if they take a time out here to talk about it.
Doesn't look like they're going to as of yet.
No, he just got the play in from John Lilly. They're going to go. So this is 4th and goal from the 14 here. See if Oak Hill's defense can come up with another big stop here.
Crowd is on its feet. They anticipate a big play. Let's see if one happens. Snap is back to Green. He looks, passes in the end zone. That pass is tipped, and Oak Hill will take over on downs.
And again, man, I saw James Green. He made a nice little swim move in the interior of the line. He was able to pressure Brock Green. Green had to let go of it probably before he wanted to. Carson Treadway let that hit him right in the chest. He almost had another interception, but, I mean, you just cannot say enough about Oak Hill's defense here in the second half. That's 2 straight possessions that Independence has had the ball in fantastic field position and got nothing out of it.
So 5:01 to go here in the game. Oak Hill will take over, and let's just try to bleed some clock, keep that ball going north, and see if we can march our way towards a victory. Richardson takes the snap. It's a quick screen out. There goes to Brady Hunt on the edge.
That was a nice little gain that time. He got a nice block out there by Armani Hicks. Armani was able to, he got a nice block by Mikey Spike. Armani Hicks was the one that caught the pass, but that's a nice gain on that little bubble screen out there. Bubble screens only work if the receiver's able to get nice blocks, and Mikey got a nice block that time, and Armani made a man miss on his own, too.
So that'll be a first down for Oak Hill. Clock does stop, though. 4:53 to go in the game. And it's a handoff up the middle. Again, nothing doing.
Yeah, they're bringing those linebackers up there, and Tyler's got to watch that. Tyler's got to watch that. He just got up and slung the ball. He's actually lucky they didn't throw a flag on that. You can't have, just silly mistakes like that. You got to keep your composure. So somebody needs to talk to Tyler Ashmore and calm him down a little bit. But, yeah, Independence is just – they're bringing those linebackers up in those gaps. They're plugging all the gaps. There's really not a lot in the interior there for Oak Hill at all. I actually think their best bet if they want to pick up a couple first downs and burn clock would probably be those short little screens to the outside there.
Like Antoine Hicks checked out of the game.
They're going to have to get this play off, too.
And they won't.
Yeah, they're going to have to burn a timeout.
Timeout Oak Hill. Which way you say we take it with them here with 4:53 to go in the game? We welcome you back here to John P. Duda Stadium here on the network. 3:57 to go, and it's second down and 9 for Oak Hill. Trying to, at the very least, burn some clock and beat Independence. Here is the handoff. Up the middle, and again, nothing doing. It'll get about a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, it was Landon Riddle again, Dylan Ritchie, Isaiah Conley, among others, in on the tackle. But they're showing, Independence is showing a 5-man front, and then they're taking their 2 linebackers, and they're sneaking them up there in the gaps too. So there's just not a lot of room right now there in the interior. Now on 3rd down here, it looks like they're going to back Ritchie up into a linebacker position to go with the 4-man front, go with more of a 4-3 look here. So they might be anticipating, a screen or a pass here from Oak Hill.
So we'll see what Oak Hill ends up doing. They got to get this play off. First and foremost, they will indeed. It's a little screen out. And again, gains minimal. That was 0. That was Armani Hicks out there.
Yeah, so again, you got a 4th down here, and we saw just a disaster on Oak Hill's punt game last time on the snap.
Independence is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to take a timeout.
John Lilly starting to think about that clock. As you mentioned, it shows 3 minutes to go in the game.
No, I think that's their first timeout.
I believe so, yes.
I don't think they've taken one yet.
I think you're right.
We need to start keeping track of that with this point in the game. So I think Independence has 2 timeouts left, and the clock's showing 3 minutes exactly. And I'll be really interested to see what Devon Mary wants to do here. We saw just a nightmare the last time on a punt snap. He's already went for it once on his own 25. I still think punt is the way to go here. He might come out here and see if he can get him to jump if he maybe change his snap count. He did that against Princeton with some success earlier this year.
That's been something that as long as Devon Marion has been a head coach here, they've done incredibly well.
Yeah. Well, Richardson's still out there, so it's 4th and 3 here at their own 32. Big decision, big call.
So we're going to find out what happens right here.
Well, I think our tackle, they did. They were looking Yeah, they were looking to change the snap count, and I think Brandon Champion jumped. So when you change the snap count, your linemen have to hold their water. And it did look like Brandon Champion jumped over there on the left-hand side from his tackle position.
Dead ball, false start, number 60, 5 yards.
Yes, that's going to make that a 4th and 8. I think that I would definitely punt it here.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to tell you, I don't think, doesn't look like they are. I don't think he trusts his punt game. And when you don't trust your punt game, you have to live with decisions like this, which isn't ideal at all. 4th and 8. Quick
it's
kick.
a quick kick, and it looks like it got partially blocked, as it'll take a little Independence bounce, and it'll be fielded at about the 30s, down at the 36.
So actually, I don't mind that. I like the idea of that. They didn't execute it very well, though. Richardson basically just popped it straight up. So again, for the 3rd straight possession, Oak Hill's defense has to hold Independence out. Independence, again, with fantastic field position here. 1st and 10 at Oak Hill's 36-yard line.
Here's the snap. Trying to get the edge. This time they do. And the flag comes in. I think that might be a face mask with Linksweiler on the
That's
carry.
going to be on Z. Lewis on Linksweiler. I think that's going to be the call. I couldn't tell. Linksweiler was stiff-arming him toward the face, too. If it's a face mask, I'm going to have an upset Mom Lynch up here beside me. He's not liking it.
Well, we'll find out in due course.
They're moving it up, and that's a big call. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's going to put it at the Oak Hill 21. So, again, they did a nice job of taking away that edge, but they said Z. Lewis was able to grab that face mask. And that's a 15-yard penalty.
Here's a handoff. It goes nowhere.
James Green, and he's just been fantastic all night. He's been fantastic. Again, he's just lived in the Independence backfield. He blew that play up before it could get started. Yeah, he's had a fantastic game. He scored a touchdown on a fumble recovery, too.
2nd down, and let's say 10.5 for Independence. Nelson. Nothing doing.
J.D. Moritz at the edge of his defensive end position. He fought off the block, was able to make the stop. And again, once again, we're seeing Oak Hill's defense being put in a terrible spot. They're coming up big.
3rd down and huge. Here for Independence. They want to talk about it. We'll take a timeout, and we'll take it with them. With a $1:38 to go in our game. We welcome you back here to John P. Duda Stadium. 3rd down and a huge play for Independence.
They're going with an empty backfield right now here.
Green takes the snap. Looks to throw, does throw. That pass is caught and taken down short of the 5-yard line.
I think he might have a 1st down, though.
He does indeed have a 1st down.
That's a huge play for Independence.
So it'd be first and goal from the 5.
That time they were able to protect Brock Green, give him a clean pocket, and he was able to find his man down there. Was that Rose again?
I think it was.
First and goal from the 6. Oak Hill needs a big stop right here. Independence only has one timeout. 1:16. The clock's turning, Lucas.
Snap is back. Hand off to Silas Nelson across the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Independence.
Well, you can't keep giving them that kind of field position.
No.
I mean, that's impossible. You can't keep giving them that kind of field position and expect to just hold them out all night. And that time, they were finally able to complete a drive. Now, I'm interested to see. We might see John Lilly go for 2 here. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
He's taking a timeout. That's what it looks like. That's the first thing I thought of as well. We'll see if he wants to roll the dice or not.
Yeah, I think he's thinking really hard about it. He's a lot like Marion, though. He doesn't coach scared, so I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see Lilly go for 2 and try to win the game right here.
In the event that they do go for it and they do get it, it's worth noting Oak Hill still has all 3 of its timeouts.
I think Oak Hill had to burn 1 timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they
that's right.
They were late getting a play in, so
right.
they have 2 timeouts.
That's right.
So here we go. This is a big one, man.
This may well be the game.
Could be.
Crowd gets into it. Press box gets into it. Players are into it. And we have a timeout taken by Oak Hill. Devon didn't like what he saw. So the drama continues to build at John P. Duda.
Well, I don't know if he'll get the same look. I mentioned he might have taken that time out to see what Independence came out in. I wouldn't be surprised to see Independence come out in a different formation this time. He might not get the same look. They've been switching up formations and giving them different looks all night, so we'll see here.
So here we are. 2-point conversion try for Independence.
How loud can you get?
So he's got a tight end over here to the right.
And bring a man across the formation. Green rolls out. He is able to get it away. And Oak Hill's defense will hold.
J.D. Moritz blew it up. He's the one that made the play, completely blew it up.
Good job, JD.
That's an interesting call to roll Green out. That's not really his forte. He's not the most mobile. That's the book one anyway. He's not the most mobile quarterback in the world. They decided to roll him out, and J.D. was just all over that. That play never had a chance from the start. Just a great job by J.D. Moritz.
And how about Oak Hill's defense? We've talked about how great they've played. Again, they come up with the play when they need it. That's the story of the game.
Absolutely.
For Oak Hill.
Yes, it has been. I couldn't agree more. Their defense has been fantastic. Now we are going to see an onside kick here.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to have to get our hands team out there and be ready for that. The game's not over.
No. Something you just won't see anymore when you go to this weekend, an onside kick.
So let's see who they got up there. I see Kay Compton. I see James Green. I see Owen Gross over there.
We've got the ball. Onside kick is
Owen Gross jumped on that.
By Oak Hill.
Nice job by Owen Gross. Jumped on that right at the 45.
The onside kick attempt recovered by number 22.
And so with Independence having no timeouts.
That should be the ball game. Just take a knee here 3 times and you're out of here. So Lucas, it looks like here for the second year in a row, Independence is going to come up 1 point short, just like they did last year. And again, these two teams have not disappointed. This has been a heck of a back and forth game, and it's been exactly what I expected it to be.
I'll just say, I don't think they're going to come here 3 years in a row.
No, we'll have to go over there next year. Yeah, that's for sure.
They favored by 10 points.
Richardson will indeed take a knee. And the clock continues to roll. It's down to 52 seconds.
Yeah, so again, I can't say enough about Oak Hill's defense. They came up with a big stop on the 2-point conversion. They got Oak Hill's only points here in the second half, and they were responsible for actually setting up all the other 2 touchdowns in the first half. Oak Hill's offense didn't move the ball very well.
No, it didn't.
They flat out didn't move the ball very well, but the turnovers that the defense was able to create was the story of the game. And again, heartbreak for the Patriots 2 years in a row coming up here to John P. Duda Stadium and just coming up 1 point short.
And that will do it, as the Oak Hill Red Devils beat the Independence Patriots at John P. Duda Stadium 21-20. The number 7 team in AAA knocks off the number 5 team in AA.
Didn't disappoint. I mean, it was exact. I thought these were 2 very evenly matched teams. We got the game that we expected out of them.
That's the ball game.
And the continued tradition of the handshake line commences. Lights go off.
Your Oak Hill Red Devils.
Everyone loves it. As the fight song wraps up, so too shall we. Chris, it has been an absolute pleasure watching this game here with you. We couldn't have picked a better game to do. So for everyone who joined us tonight, we thank you so much for joining us. For myself, Lucas Berry, Chris Rader, Darren McGuffin throwing the switches, and Robert Pauly, the cameraman extraordinaire right below me, we thank you so much for watching, everyone. Good night from the New River Network.